Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen, here on Dork Tales. I'm your Dungeon Master, Kelly. You see in him, and I am incredibly excited to be here today as we descend into the catacombs beneath Kalaman in search... well, who knows what's at store down there. But if you saw the episode title, you might have an idea. Folks, we have some fantastic gaming tonight, and I'm really excited to get into it. But first, let's introduce ourselves, give you a couple of quick announcements, and then let's start the fun here on Dragonlance. Let's start with Christine. Hey, Christine.
Hello, I'm Christine. I use she, her pronouns, and I play Kelara Vingard, who is our human cleric of Mishakal.
Nice. Great to have you here. Over to Chris.
Hello, I'm Chris. I use he, him, or they pronouns, and I am playing Godfrey Highvalor, the wannabe Squire of Solamnia, and good boy of the group.
This is absolutely accurate. All right, down to Robin.
Hello, I'm Robin. I use she, her pronouns, as does our lovely Kender Rogue, swashbuckling persuasion, Rizira Moonbrush, who is Kender Queen.
The Kender Queen. All right, over to Cal.
Hi, my name is Cal, and I use he, him pronouns. I am playing... don't know why I hesitated there.
I don't know why you
just... It's a long name.
It's important.
So it's a long name. You don't want to mispronounce it.
No.
I'm playing Aurontiros, and yeah, he's a College of Lore bard. He,
Fantastic.
they, she, all are acceptable.
All are acceptable. I mean, you're an elf. Nobody, you know.
It's elf.
Elven culture makes it really fluid.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same build on all of them, right?
Exactly. All right, over to, last but not least, Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen, and I play, my pronouns are she, her, and I play Hazeal Nightgranite, whose pronouns are also she, her. And she is our mountain dwarf, lunar sorcerer, and multi-dimensional Sailor Moon scout person because of the charity stream, which was amazing.
Yeah, for those who missed it, Jen showed up last night on our charity stream.
Well, Hazeal did. I just paid for it to happen. Cal did a fantastic job. Yeah, I saw part of it, and Cal did a fantastic job playing Hazeal for me.
It was great. It was very entertaining to watch. I was cackling.
And then she made a guest appearance later in the dimension hopping. She won the Intercontinental Championship belt.
Nice.
Yeah.
I haven't managed to watch it yet, but I look forward to it. I'll try to get it after stream tonight. But
nice. And what we're talking about now is that we did a pair of events over the week called Streaming for Survivors, where we raised money for WAVA, which is a Vancouver-based sexual assault center. If you'd like to take a look at those episodes, they're going to be up on YouTube very soon, and they will also include a link. So if you'd still like to do some post-game donations, it really does help. So take a look. Hope you enjoy the games. Together, between the two games ran by Jen and Krista, we raised $1,025 US, which is not a small amount.
it is not. It's a lot of money.
And thank you all for attending and for doing that. And also thanks to everybody who came out to GaryCon to support us when we were doing our live game over there with our special guest. That game is going to be up on YouTube very soon as well. So I hope you had a lot of fun with Sleeping Dragons. That was a particular highlight of my week.
That was fantastic to watch. I'm so glad I came back at the time of the thing that you told me about.
I do have to say that it was really entertaining to be there before game started and see how dead the chat was, and then see Dork Tales, just all the fans just pile in, be like, yeah, Dork Tales, yeah.
We have a great community.
We have a great community because we have good people.
Yeah.
You're good people. You're good people. Good person. Good, yes you are. No, your eyes are all
Possibly better than Godfrey. Well,
Godfrey's the goodest boy.
You know what?
But
You know what? I know how to make this work. I hereby knight all of you Dorktale viewers. Oh, wait, actually, hold on.
Oh,
You grab a sword. Come on, you have many.
Grabbing a sword. I
yes, of
hereby
course.
knight all of you as Knights of the Dork.
Dorkness rising.
Someone put some breaking sound effects there. All right. So, folks, a couple of other fun things that we have in store for you very soon. We'll talk about some of them more on the break, but we have another campaign that is starting up in that April-May period called Arcos, the Slumbering Seas. It is a fantastic homebrew game that is going to take place, of course, in our homebrew setting. And I really would love it if you were there from the beginning. Those dates are going to be posted very soon. We're just finishing up because it's going to be running on Sunday afternoons, which... Sunday afternoons in May are rough because there's a lot of holidays and events happening in this May. So we're just trying to figure out what works for all the players. Then we have another couple of things that are happening. Mage the Ascension, the Victorian Age is coming back in 2 weeks for a chat up episode. And then we'll be getting into book 2. And I'll also have some Seekings that are going to be released for you, which are going to be fantastic. There's a goose outside my window. And what... Other things that are happening is we are just about 3.5 weeks away from Dork Tales Expo 2023, which is our little in-house convention that's a fundraiser for the channel. We're going to have a lot of different panels, events, and like how-tos and advice that we would give on how to make your role-playing games better. And what I'm doing right now is I'm calling out to each and every one of you who are watching this. If there is a panel that you would like to see, please post it in our Discord, leave it in the YouTube comments, and so on. We've got stuff like bringing big bad evil guys to life, how to embody NPCs, writing for tabletop role-playing games, why we love the world of darkness, module prep, and using music to improve your role-playing games. We also have some panels on like love and consent, and so on like that. So if you have any ideas, even if it's something that we've already done before, if it's something you'd want to see, leave it in the comments. That would make a huge difference to us.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, and I forgot to ask the Discord because I've just been heckin' busy at work today. But like we do it got split into 2 panels last year, but costuming and makeup panel. If people are curious about that, because I know we've done it the past couple of years. If people are still interested in costume and makeuping, a costume and makeuping, that's a thing.
Yeah, it is. And we're always learning new things and stuff. I mean, even if we aren't, and people just want, a new panel on it, that's totally cool too. It's less work for us if we can just do the same things.
Cal, I think Cal should do a makeup panel on how to do a Nosferatu, because that's pretty cool. He's done really, really good work with that.
I'd be a good fair kid's face painter, because we used to do your Nosferatu makeup in 4 minutes flat, despite the detail and the...
Yeah, it was every time I wish I had all of the pictures. I don't think I have too many of them floating around somewhere, but it was so gross. I loved it. And it was so quick, like how quick, and the little touches that you did on everything, like the little... Yeah, I won't get into it, but it was great.
Bring Kalin on that panel. So we'll definitely do a makeup one, but leave your comments below, and we will we'll try to get to those. We'll try to cover those because we are always looking for what type of content you guys want to see. And I guess last but not least, I have to do a big shout out to our sponsor for the month of March, Bookwyrm Games. But you know what? I'm going to let Robin do it this time. Robin, go.
Yeah, thank you, Kelly. Actually, I'm going to have Rizira do it because and I'll probably post this video on TikTok, but today I got in the mail a lovely little package from Bookwyrm Games from 2 lovely people, Random Equinox and Raven with Bubbles, who gave Robin a lovely little congratulations for getting her job. Robin's away from the phone right now, so Rizira is going to be doing this call. But Bookwyrm Games is a local to them Vancouver dice company out of Abbotsford area that make amazing, stunning dice. They also make candy dice, like these lovely D20 lollipops that I have orange cream, black cherry, and green apple to try. As well, they make lovely different sets of dice, like liquid core dice, acrylic dice, resin dice, wood dice, and insane metal dice and gemstones. They just have wood dice. They have wood dice. It's really
wood
cool.
Dice. They're surprisingly light, like you would not expect.
Yeah.
They're lighter than some of the resin ones I've used.
Yeah, they make a ton of good dice, really affordable prices. If you spent $100 Canadian, which is like $70 American, you get free shipping as well. So you get it sent to you for free. It's a super deal, and it makes like the exchange rate just makes these dice from like affordable to like cheap, but they're not like cheap. They're like expensive cheap. They're thrifty. You get them for a good
They are
steal.
inexpensive
Yes.
because rather than cheap, right?
Yes, they are inexpensive.
As
They
Kendra
take
would
it
say,
from being
they're
a good
borrow.
deal to a great deal.
As Kendra would say, they're a borrow or a find.
Yeah, they're a borrow. You
Not a
really want to
steal.
borrow these dice. Exactly. They're not a steal, they're a borrow. There we go. But as well, so you can go to bookwyrmgames.com to find out all the lovely dice selection and candies that they have as well. They have like soaps and candles to like bring your lovely home into the most dicey nerdy place
Soaps?
as well. Soaps. Yeah,
I kind of
do
like that
soaps.
idea. Like
Right? They have it's called like short rest or something. You know, it's quite cute. As well, they're doing these. Going to be starting a Kickstarter soon for these adventure in a box called Quest Chest. I said it right. Which are this system agnostic, so it means that you don't have to just play Dungeons and Dragons. You can play coins. You can play like Powered by the Apocalypse. You could play your World of Darkness as well, and they are starting up a new Kickstarter soon, which you can get up to, I think, 5 quest chests. I have to think about it before I say it now to do that. So it's I forget the website link. It's quest chest. Oh, there we go. .info. Thank you, Dark Tales, for putting that in the chat there. So yeah, go to quest chest. .info. I thought I said it wrong and then I said it right.
Right.
Sorry, I'm reading our own private trust. But yes, thank you, Bookwyrm Games, for sponsoring this for us. You make lovely dice, and we're really looking forward to some of those 10 sets that are coming out soon.
It's going to be fantastic. I
want my other Irish accented character to roll some of those dice.
Thanks. And yeah, as always, thank you so much, Bookwyrm Games. I'm very excited. We'll be talking tomorrow morning about future collaborations. So thank you so much for supporting us. And folks, go enjoy with code DorkTales2023. You can save 10%. So go do that.
Forgot that. Thank you.
There's no worries. That's how you wrap it. That's how you bring it in. That's how you bring it all together. That's how you bring
it
the plan
all together.
All right. So folks, I think it's time for us to head into Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen, here on Dork Tales. Now, last episode, you all rushed back to Kalaman, finding the city completely devoid of its defenders. You made your way up to Castle Kalaman, where you found that a pair of Solamnic knights were guarding the council chamber door. However, at the last moment, Hazeal casted a spell that caused one of the strange illusions covering them to vanish, revealing a skeleton in ancient Solamnic armor. A fight ensued that took you into the bowels of the castle, where you discovered that the council had been murdered. And not just by anyone, but by a Solamnic knight who was going by the name Caradoc. Caradoc turned out to be a ghost inhabiting the body of a young knight. He fought you to a standstill before possessing Rizira, and then the fight grew fierce. Through a series of maneuvers, you were able to overpower your friend and defeat the ghost, and in doing so, managed to save the young knight as well. As you sought to lick your wounds, however, Aurontiros found a passageway at the back of the room that led deep into the bowels of Kalaman, beseeched by a strange woman, an elf that you had met at Ispin's funeral. You were told that you must descend into the bowels below, or else Kryn might face its doom. Rallying your forces, you progressed. And that is where we are going to be beginning game. Does anybody have any questions?
I don't know if I actually said it out loud at the beginning of last stream, and I forgot to check, so I am going to say it now, that I am scrapping one of my first level spell slots for another sorcery point.
Sounds good. right. Can I get marching order? So you have brought the young knight with you, Durston Rial.
I will try and be up close to the front to as much as possible.
Okay, I bet Durston
I think
will be
Hazeal will
well.
also go up there because she knows she's not hurt as much as the others.
Okay.
Yeah, see, normally I think Riz would
Probably be in the middle.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's middle to front because she's also sneaky, but I don't think she's sneaking ahead of anyone. So yeah, she'll kind of stay middle.
All right. So with that, let's begin. You head down a set of stairs that wind down, down, down into the bowels of Kalaman. Soon, you find yourself at a set of stairs that descend into a stone chamber engulfed in violet flames. In the fire stand 4 dignified statues of Knights of Solamnia. At the east end of the room lies an antechamber or a stone double door. There, a 5th statue depicts a bison-headed warrior. And let's switch over to our maps.
So the 4 statues are all identical, and then the 5th one is a bison.
Bison head, yeah. Anybody who wants to can make me a religion check.
Oh boy, Riz will try.
Religion. That will be 19.
19?
I rolled a nat 1.
I rolled a 2 on the new dice that Raven got. I'm sorry,
are
Raven.
the smarty pants.
Obviously,
Smarty pants.
it's a god of bisons.
Obviously.
12.
12? Okay. So you are not exactly sure who
5.
that is. 5? You're not exactly sure who it is either. But
Smart.
Godfrey,
Smart.
you are going to immediately recognize, of course, Kiri Jolith, the god of the Knights of Solamnia.
Oh, okay.
And
Bison. I forgot about that.
you will also recognize the other 4 statues are historic leaders of the Knights of Solamnia.
And okay. And did you? Sorry, I'm a bit tired. Did you say there was anything weird in here, or abnormal, or?
Yes, the walls are lit with violet flames.
Okay, but the statues are not.
The statues they appear normal.
Okay, I'm going to quickly pay some respects, go up to them and just kind of pay some respects. You said they're heroes and the god of the Solamnic Knights, so yeah, just
Okay. As you step into the floor, illusory flames will dance across the floor and take the shape of figures. You see a knight of Solamnia saving a group of elf travelers from ogre raiders. The clash is fierce, but the knight is skilled and cuts them down. An elf woman falls into the knight's arms. Behind him, you see the silhouette of a human woman turn and fade away, her shoulders slumped and spurned. All of you will see this.
Godfrey, I'm assuming you might know something about this.
I know the figures, but I don't know what that was.
Do you think it's a projection done for knowledge? History? Like a tour guide kind of situation?
What is this violet flame here?
I'm not sure. I don't think it's anything that the knights set up, though. They tend to not look fondly on strange magics.
What is this light? Durston inspects some of the flames that burn smokelessly ensconces along the walls and then turns with a nervous look on his face. Lady Dwarf, you're an arcanist of some kind? What do you make of these? Have you seen flame like this?
Have I seen flame like this?
Oh god, make me an arcana check with disadvantage.
Cool. Can I also, while I'm down here, look at any of this stone and do like a stone cunning where I can get advantage on a history or anything like that to determine the stone work that's down here?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll do both.
Also,
Okay, so-
Godfrey, as you were looking at that scene, can you do me a favor and make me... Actually, anybody who... I think it was just Godfrey who remembered the tale of Lord Soth?
I rolled a nat 20 on that
Did
one.
you? So both of you can give me a history check with advantage.
Okay.
With advantage. I'll take it.
Yeah, right.
Nice. I'm proficient in history. Woohoo! So with advantage, that will be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, okay.
That'll only be an 11 for Riz.
Only
on
11,
history
so
check.
with advantage?
Yeah, I rolled a 10 and a 3.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
So Godfrey, as you're looking at that again, like walking through it, you'll meet the eyes of Durston and he'll say, "You know who that was, don't you?" And you'll immediately, like, as he asks you, the tone in his voice clicks you immediately over, and you'll go, "Oh, that was the Lord of Nightland, Lord Soth."
Oh, the one that wrote this letter.
Yeah.
I remember.
All right, and Hazeal, what'd you get on your roll?
So for the Arcana with disadvantage, I rolled a 6 and a nat 20. So that's an 11.
Okay.
And for the history check, that is a 23.
23. You will also put it together immediately and be like, "Yeah, I got this." Which actually, with that, what we're going to do is I want you to roll one more d20 and tell me what you get.
Okay. That's an 18 on the die.
You remember reading stories from the Cataclysm. Stories of how, when the mountain of fire fell upon Kryn, it burned with violet flame. You didn't quite clue in, but the moment that Lord Soth, there's something about this that's very not good. And you'll feel a little lurch right behind your belly button of just dread.
Oh, this is not good.
No, I think we should move quickly.
We should move carefully.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to join these knights.
I'm quite adept at, finding traps. I could potentially maybe stay somewhat ahead and try and look and gauge the rooms.
Just be respectful, no matter what you do. This is the last resting place. If we're under Kalaman, this is the last resting place of the knight, Sarlamir. He deserves our respect. So, leave everything. Kender, please. Maybe take what you need. I don't know. And he'll wander kind of aimlessly around the room. What do you all do?
Clara's also gonna wander into the room then if the others have kind of wandered forward a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of look around at stuff.
Yeah.
I will just remind that my passive perception is 20 as well for Kelara. So hopefully little things will surprise me.
Sounds good.
20.
My
I
passive
guess
per-
that means minus 24.
Oof.
Am I
Yeah,
doing
mine's
that
20
wrong?
as well.
It's 10 plus.
Your perception
wisdom
score
mon-
plus
Your
5
perception
for you
score.
because
And-
you have observant.
So it's 24.
Yeah,
Oof.
you have a ridiculous passive perception. You are Legolas.
My passive perception is
Elvis.
awful. However, I do want to cast see invisibility just in case.
Fantastic.
Ooh,
All right, so
smart.
casting see invisibility.
And that's for
You-
an hour, and it's not concentration. So
Perfect. Okay. With that, you look around the room. There doesn't appear to be terribly much here. This is an entry place. This is a way for you to come and pay respects to those who came before. However, Kelara, you and Aurontiros, as you are looking around the room, are going to notice that there are still little traces of blood in the stone here, tracked down by heavy boatfall.
I'm gonna just start following it.
It looks like they progress beyond the double doors ahead.
Well, I think we're going in the right direction. There's bloody...
I think it's a good
Footprints.
idea to let
Mm-hmm.
Rizira go first. They have a way of going unseen.
Don't go out of your shot, though.
No,
Rizira's never out of earshot for me.
it's... He got big ears, that's why.
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure somebody once said her name, and she just appeared, and she had previously been across the courtyard.
Yeah, I have that gift. You see me now, you don't.
If you say her name 3 times, it's said that she'll appear in the room before you. But don't
Rizira
do
or
it
the Kender
into a
Queen?
mirror at night.
That sounds very different, Kender.
Rizira or the Kender Queen?
Yes.
Rizira the Kender Queen.
Yeah, you have to say the full title. Rizira will kind of put an ear out to the door.
On the other side, you can hear... Make me a perception roll.
Will I beat my passive perception? Let's see. It's a 22.
You are going to hear just the sound of stone kind of falling and kind of the sound of crumbling on the other side.
I hear crumbling on the other side. I guess potentially be Brace, and Rizira will just try and as silently as possible open the door.
I'm going to ready an arrow. Just in case.
Rizira, leaning forward, you're going to push the immense double doors open. They're well made and are not going to grind with... Well, they're not going to grind much, but they still are huge stone doors. With your history roll from before, Hazeal, you are going to definitely know that these are quite old. Like these catacombs were built back before the cataclysm, and they're definitely built by human hands. That's got the smattering of human taint all over them. Salamnic stonework is not nearly the type of quality that you had had. A dwarven stone door would open with no sound at all unless you wanted it to. Pushing through the open doors, Riz, the next chamber, you'll see this long chamber blazes with violet flame. The walls are lined with alcoves, within which lie bodies wrapped in yellowed cloth. A brazier rests at the end of the hall. To your right, a section of the wall has been smashed, creating a crude tunnel to the catacombs beyond. To the southeast of the room stands a closed stone door.
And no, like, movement from anywhere, like nothing quickly darting.
Out of the corner of your eye, you'll see a little bit of stone collapse from the tunnel. The noise that you heard before.
She'll turn back to the group and, guys, it looks like someone's been burrowing to the next level of the catacombs as well.
What? Oh, just try and step into the room.
Yeah, just see that little alcove there.
What the? What could have done that?
I don't know.
Is there anything else around here?
Riz is gonna go up to the brazier at some point.
As you walk between the two bodies in the center of the room, the violet flames are going to erupt, and once more, you will see them take the shape of people. The knight from the previous vision is cast out from a group of other knights. The scene fades into a wedding between the knight and the elf woman from the previous vision. And then it vanishes.
Godfrey,
Yes.
are knights not allowed to get married?
Oh, they most definitely are.
Okay. I was just wondering if that would be the reason why Lord Soth would not want to be a knight or get cast out, was because he wanted to marry a woman. But that's not that answer then.
No.
Do I recall any? Can I make a history check to recall anything about
Sure.
his
With
marital
advantage
status?
because you, yeah.
And just for clarity's sake,
17.
Mhm.
nothing about this is the ethereal plane, correct? Because I
Nothing
can
about
also
this
see
is
that.
the ethereal plane.
Cool. Just checking.
So, how does that work? Let me just check something real quick. Actually, one moment. So, see invisibility. What'd you get on your check, Chris?
Oh, 17.
17? So, you will remember that the story was that Lord Soth was married. But then he fell in love with an elf maiden named Isolde. Shortly after, Soth's wife died, and he was remarried only days later. It's very strange. The timing was very convenient.
Yeah.
Very suspicious.
Oh, bro. I know I'm not knowing that, but
I'm not sure how accurate this is, but Lord Soth was married, and shortly after, his wife died, but shortly after he married a few days, I think, and looked towards my other fellow knight. I think after he married an elf woman. I think maybe what we saw earlier was him meeting her, and the lady that kind of turned away was maybe his wife.
Oh.
Blue-skinned woman?
I don't think so. Who was that anyway? The one who just came out of nowhere like that. Was she a...
I thought she was an elf, but... She appeared and disappeared rather suddenly.
I don't
Are
like
we
that
gonna
at
look
all.
down this tunnel?
There's a door down
We
here.
had met her before at
Okay.
Ispin's funeral. Do you know of a blue-skinned elf?
Do I see which way the bloody footprints lead?
Can you make me an investigation check? Can I also get Hazeal? You and you alone, make me a perception roll.
16.
16? You can see that this tunnel looks like it was created pretty recently. However, what you're going to see through this tunnel, the rocks are like pushed out of the way, but there's no real scrape marks. Like, you've grown up around farmers, you've grown up around people that had to take rocks out of fields and split them and to do things around, you know, just typical laboring. And usually, this type of thing, you don't go in here and just kind of like knock things over. You take a pick to it. You take something that breaks the rock up, makes it easier to move through. Looking at this, there's no scraping. It looks like someone just punched a hole in the rock or sledged their way through.
That's mildly terrifying.
Hey, Kelly.
I'm gonna kind of touch the wall a little.
So,
Nat
Yes, Hazel.
20.
on your perception.
My perception. For a total
So-
of 21.
So taking a step into the room, you look around at the various bodies. Now, the knights that are here, they're still dressed in their ceremonial armor. They're wrapped in this yellowed cloth. They're shrouds. But they've been left here to just slowly desiccate over time. And Riz, can I get you to do me a favor and please make me a Kender wisdom save?
A Kinder wisdom save.
Yep.
Oh yeah, okay, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Not to poke a body with a stick.
Yeah.
Bye.
Wisdom save, you say?
Wisdom save.
What is my wisdom? Oh, it's +4 to my wisdom, so you know.
You're pretty wise.
Yeah. That's gonna be an 18.
18? So you're going to be kind of like standing over the body on the northern wall and kind of like looking at it like, oh, weird. Like you can see the way that his eyes vanished under there. Like it's just holes. Oh, that's so weird. And as you are looking that way, Hazeal, you're just going to kind of be casting your eyes around and you're going to be like magnetized to the Kender, just like whoosh. And you will see that as Riz leans over and like kind of looks at the wraith without touching it, you can see with sea invisibility into the ethereal plane that corpse has something residing within it on the other realm. As does the one immediately to the south of our good knight friend Durston.
Riz, step back.
What?
Riz, come back. Get back. There's something in there.
Well, now I want to touch it even more. Why did you see that? What's in there?
Something on the ethereal plane.
Oh.
As you
That one
look at
too.
it, Hazeal, it's almost like a second night lying inside of the first, made of mist and wisps and bits of darkness.
Can I make some sort of arcana check to see if I know like what this might be and if it's
A religion
possibly
check
going
would
to-
do me better, but you can make an arcana
I
check.
mean,
as well.
it is the same. Well, actually, it's not quite the same roll, but it's close to the same roll. So I'll do religion. That is a 7.
A 7? You're like some type of spectral creature. Like
Cool.
Spoopy ghost.
you can get that even with a bad roll. You're like, I don't, that's like a, it could be a will-o-wisp. It's probably not. You know what will-o-wisp looks like. It's like some type of ghost.
Yep, it's a spooky boy.
Spooky boy with spooky toys.
Yeah.
So, are we not supposed to go past it then, or what?
I don't know if it's like what the others were. I might not have been close enough to see the others before they showed us visions. So I'm not sure if it's that or if it's actually dangerous, but we should at least be
Just
together.
Don't disturb the bodies, okay? Just please don't.
That.
Lady Kender, the knight will say.
Mm-hmm.
And Riz, are you going to turn around and leave the body?
Yeah.
Cool, make me a dex save. I'm going to spend a hurt them more to make sure your scabbard touches something.
Oh boy.
Use
I
your
can't be fair.
determination.
I tried.
That's going to be a dirty 20.
Okay, so you are going to turn and go, oh, as you watch your scabbard just go, wee, 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 like basically wave in the corpse's face, not touching it. It gets so close, if the knight had not been dead for 300 years and still had a nose, it would have whacked him right in the nose. But the fact that he doesn't have a nose anymore means it goes right over his face.
You good there?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Oh.
So which way are we going?
I think
This hole, can we see to the other side?
Mm-hmm. It's a clean tunnel that goes down about 25 feet.
why don't we go through here?
Question for the storyteller. That object at the very end of the hall,
Yes.
is that kind of like a offering
brazier.
pyre?
So it is it's a brazier for you to light in ceremony and to use for religious purposes. Yes.
Is it lit?
It is lit with actually this one is not lit.
I know not of many human customs, but if these visions are coming to us to aid us, is it of your custom to light the pyre in respect?
We can light it on the way out, maybe. If we're going south, we should probably.
Yeah, but do we not
Fair
have to
enough.
climb over that body? Are we not supposed to touch bodies?
I
have
think
to
that one's
climb
already
over-
been plenty touched. Kelara, the one that you and Godfrey are standing in front of, the entire tunnel has been pushed through. The section of stone slab that the corpse was lying on has been mashed down, including the corpse, which has been broken into so much kindling. You can see that the only thing really holding it together is the knight's armor. But there is a spot in the center of the old rusted plate mail that you got a 16 on your investigation roll. You're going to see like a size 14 boot print that is just punched through the center of the plate mail.
Whoever came through here is not very respectful and also very, very strong.
And big.
All right. Who's going first?
I'll cautiously.
I saw
Step.
Rizira's hand.
Well, I mean, they're in front of the tunnel, so if they don't let me through, they can go. But I would happily be first down the tunnel. I love a good tunnel.
All right. Well,
Trust the Kender.
here I'll
Yeah.
I'll help you over. Sorry, sir. What's left of? Excuse me. I'll say down at the corpse and just step over the corpse to try and help anyone get over it.
Uppies, 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 uppies. Rizira will say.
Yes, Your Majesty.
All right. So to not step on the corpse, basically it'll count as rough terrain, so you just have to take extra time. So Rizira, you will be able to hop over. The tunnel itself is pretty easy to navigate. You'll be able to make your way south without much problem at all. Rizira, heading down to the south, you can make your way through this tunnel. The tunnel itself takes about, just about 30, 40 seconds for you to slowly creep through. As you make it to the other side, you will find yourself in a huge, long, rectangular room. Mosaics of knights riding armored stallions cover the walls of this large chamber. The walls themselves are lined in violet flames. To the east lies a shattered stone door. Immediately to your left as you exit this tunnel that leads into the previous room. At the west end of the room stands a statue of a horse rearing up, and 2 stone doors leading south. What do you do?
Again, taking just a quick scan of this room, and then she's gonna also just poke her head through where the stone door was crushed, and she's gonna take a...
Riz, as you lean into that room, suddenly purple light is going to coalesce all around you, and you are going to see the knight from before receive a vision from a beam of divine light. As his wife pleads with him, he dons his armor, mounts his steed, and rides off with a sense of purpose.
Which wife?
The new one.
Okay.
Good question.
New wife.
As you step into this room, you will find that violet flame is also engulfing this room, dancing across walls with faded mosaics of blacksmiths forging gleaming weapons. Bars seal off alcoves to the north and the south on the far side of this room. Here you find weapons hanging on the walls. There is also a tunnel that has been burrowed immediately to the south of this room. Riz, as you are in this room, you are going to immediately make me a what's your passive? Your passive's 20? Never mind.
Yeah.
You are going to see that inside you have found yourself in a little treasure room. The walls are lined with ancient weapons, bits of armor. It's the coolest stuff. Meanwhile, as you're looking around this room, what's everyone else doing? Are you just waiting for Riz to come back and give you a signal?
I'm gonna follow in.
Okay.
If there isn't immediate screaming, then yeah, like after a minute or two, it's just, let's go in.
Okay.
I think you're all used to especially Hazeal and Aurontiros are probably used to sending Riz ahead and then realizing that she gets distracted and just goes off places. So if you haven't heard immediate screaming, it's probably safe.
Yeah. It's the we'll give Riz a second. She probably won't tell us it's fine. So if we don't hear anything, it's probably
for
fine.
me. I can move me.
Did we see the vision as well?
You caught the tail end of the violet flame, but as the rest of you head into this room, Sir Durston will take a step forward, and suddenly the long chamber with the horses as well will turn into a scene from the past, as the knight encounters the attendants of the elf woman from the first division. They taunt him and point back the way he came. Enraged, the knight slays them and turns back home in a rage. Can I get anybody who is inside of this room to please make me let's say an intelligence check?
Inside the large, long chamber.
Inside the large, long room. Who's
cavalry
watching
at the end?
Yes.
6.
6?
A solid...
Intelligence?
Oh, wait, I have a +2. A solid 13.
13?
I guess my bardic versatility can give me +1.
Does it give you +1?
It's an ability check.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it turns my -1 to
A
0.
What'd you get?
10.
10. All right, Kelara, did you roll?
No, I figured I was still trying to come in through the tunnel.
Okay. Sounds good. Hazeal, One of the elf attending maidens looks somewhat familiar to you, but you can't quite place her face. There's something about it. The violet light glowing off of her elven visage is twig something in you. You're not sure what. Hazeal.
I know out of character, but
I think
but
you-
in
think
character, I look at it. I'm just.
Huh.
What's this?
This is strange stuff.
It's Aurontiros, yes, obviously.
Is anybody heading into the room that Riz is in?
Yeah, where is she?
I think Riz is gonna make.
I'll head into
saves with disadvantage.
try and
Honestly,
follow
not
Riz.
touch.
But she's been in there at least a couple of rounds before I got in.
So, Riz, most of the weapons are going to be kind of rusted. The wood has been kind of rotted away. But you are going to find that there are 3 items in the room that are holding up strangely well. And I will say that though these are in a tomb, they're not laid with any of the dead. So, just saying, these don't necessarily
Okay.
belong to anybody. They're just laying around.
And they've lasted the test of time, so they're might some weird magic shit's on them.
So, Godfrey,
What's fine? What's cooking?
would
good looking?
you be playing with a toy or would you be putting on something to wear?
Me?
Yeah.
A toys and weapon?
Yeah.
Yeah, Riz is gonna play with a toy.
Okay. So, Godfrey, as you around the corner, you are going to see that Rizira is holding an ancient Solamnic lightsword. An ancient Solamnic longsword in her hand that is just, it's so shined you'd think that it came out of a blacksmith's forge yesterday.
Riz, where'd you get that? Because it's obviously not from here.
It's just on the a couple things. There's some of the shiny stuff on the racks. Is there anything do you guys have anything Kender sized? This is kind of like long.
Should we be?
Actually, I'm proficient with a longsword. Apparently, what? How can a Kender be proficient with a longsword? I don't know.
I mean, it depends on your definition of longsword. Much like in The Hobbit, you could have a dagger that's a longsword.
No, it just
That's
turns you into an
true.
anime character. He's turned into Cloud Strife.
Yeah.
Or that. Yeah,
Sweet.
that's the other option.
Riz. So what? Yeah. So was that the only weapon that was?
That's the only weapon there, but you will find 2 other things there. One is this beautiful, sparkling, beyond gorgeous, kind of like it's made out of like molten platinum breastplate. And the other thing that you will see is it's a cloak that looks like it's made of autumn leaves woven together with a little mantle and a hood. Kind of looks like this.
Oh, that looks cool. Godfrey's just gonna come in with Riz like wearing the cloak and the long sword and the breastplate. Just
The breastplate is not too heavy for you.
you're just gonna find her all kitted out, just all of a sudden just like wearing everything. Ha ha!
I don't think that's just look around like on guard for something bad to happen.
They were hanging up. They were not laid to rest with anyone, and they're good as new. They're just.
I guess I don't know how I feel about this.
And behind you, there's going to be a sudden flare of purple light as you say that, and you are all going to hear a tremendous whinny as a pair of spectral stallions erupt from the end of the far west hall. They stomp onto the floor, their noses bellowing fire out of each nostril. as they spectrally stare down the lot of you. Basically, as soon as Kelara makes her way inside of the tomb. Can I get an initiative roll, please?
I think we're all waiting for that one. Okay, is that a 7 or a 1? That's a 7.
You can't roll a nat 1 on initiative, right?
I mean, you can. It just doesn't.
You can roll a 1. It's just not a botch.
So 7 plus 12 is
Excellent.
19.
Okay.
Also, yes, Jen in our private chat was like, quick Riz, make friends. I was very tempted to go like, carrot?
Right.
Okay.
So I can't technically wear a breastplate, but Riz is wearing it for flavor right now. So feel free to give me like disadvantage on shit, Kelly.
Sounds good.
Because I'm only proficient in light armor.
1 second. I'm just gonna check
That
something.
initiative list is like not what we've normally had.
Well, I rolled a
Is it opposite
7,
land?
and I rolled a 7 with a plus 12, you know, so I got a 19.
Yeah.
So like it's actually like a normal initiative. It's not the Kinder goes first for once.
Okay, so you have you'll have disadvantage with all of the things you normally have. Yeah. So you will have the normal armor penalties. Time for me to roll my initiative. 1 sec. All right, you are going to be that one. Oh, balls. Okay, so checking the initiative list, and time to roll for our knightly friend. Okay, he got a 12, so he's got a 13 total. Okay, so checking our initiatives, we have top of the initiative, I have Kelara with a 21, followed by Warhorse 1, followed by Rizira, followed by Warhorse 2, followed by Hazeal, followed by Durston, followed by Aurontiros, followed by Godfrey. All right, the horses are going to erupt out of the back wall and are going to let out a horrible, angry whinny as they charge you. All right, so it is going to be Zariev's turn, the horse to the north, who is going to do a full bore charge across the room, directly up to Kelara, passing harmlessly through Durston. Kelara, it's going to rush you, make 2 whinnies, and is going to probably miss you, actually, with these rolls. Does a 15 hit you?
No.
Okay. It is going to charge, throw itself back, and go and clamp. You have a shield, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's
I do. That's why I have a 17.
its skeletal hooves are going to slam down as it coalesces into kind of like a half spirit, half skeleton form, and is going to slam its hoofs down on the top of your shield, and it's your turn.
Okay.
So I used to hurt them more to preempt your turn, and it did nothing, so that was useful.
I think it needs to make a con save.
Okay. I'm just going to hurt them more to reroll that. That's going to be an 18.
Damn. Okay, so that succeeds. All right. So that means nothing happens, but I can still cast Shield of Faith as a bonus action on, I think, since it's right here, let's hit it on Hazeal. So
Okay.
plus 2 AC.
All right,
nice.
casting
Okay.
Shield of Faith on Hazeal. She will suddenly be protected by your divine radiance. All right, anything else you want to do on your turn?
Duck back in the tunnel. It's a
Okay.
bit smaller than this horse, right?
All right, that will give me an opportunity attack. Okay,
She's gonna look for cover, I think. So she's a little terrified by this.
that's a hit.
Nuts.
That is a 25 to hit you.
Okay, that hits.
All right, it's going to kind of pivot around, and as you duck in the hole, it's going to slam its front hooves down and hit you with a back foot, which is going to deal a total of 11 points of bludgeoning damage, knocking you into the hole, but free of its reach.
Okay.
All right. Rizira, it's your turn.
Cool. Wearing her new lovely outfit, Rizira's just gonna freaking clang out with her breastplate, being very awkward, being like, "Oh, I don't know if this quite fits, but oh well." And she's gonna take her long sword and grab a dagger from her hip and do a 2 attacks on this horsey. Nay.
Wow. Sounds good. Make me 2 attack rolls.
Cool. I'm guessing whatever fancy cloak this is doesn't give me anything that would, help.
That would help you at the moment.
Yeah. I don't know what it does.
That makes 2 of us.
Uh,
You are not attuned to it yet.
yeah, okay, it's attuned. Okay, cool. So the dagger is definitely gonna miss because I rolled that with this was a 2 plus 7 is a 9. I'm guessing that doesn't hit.
It's not
But the
gonna hit.
longsword was a nat 20.
Okay, so go ahead. You are proficient. That is a +1 longsword.
Yes. Magic
Which-
items against spooky ghosts.
Normally, you have to be attuned to it for that +1, but I'll spend it something good happens.
Oh, thank y'all. Okay, so I just realized
What?
I crit on a sneak attack.
Yes, you did. Engage the Kindred Blender.
6d6. Plus 2d8. The 2d8 is not as exciting as a 6d6.
Oh, actually, you can't sneak attack with a longsword. Because it's not a finesse weapon.
Can they sneak attack with it? They just use their strength for the attack.
No, you can
Oh,
only
it's
sneak attack.
You must use a
Versatile.
finesse or
Yeah.
range.
Yeah, you have to
it's
use.
versatile. That's where I got.
They
Does
still
versatile
crit.
mean you need 2 hands?
No.
You can
Versatile,
use it
you
one
can
or
do
One or
one
two.
damage for one hand and a higher damage for 2-handed.
Oh,
Is that the rogue trade-off?
not-
You need finesse weapons?
Yeah.
I'm
So,
learning-
But you still
I'm
got a
learning
crit, so you can definitely whack it.
Yeah. Oh, that's
it's
just
a
not as
+1 sword.
exciting.
I mean, it's
That's
two.
true.
It's going to be 2d10 plus your.
Well, no, because I used my dagger and missed, so I'm doing it one-handed.
It's 1d8
Oh,
plus
okay.
strength.
Yeah.
2d8.
2d8 plus
sorry, my
strength,
bad.
which
It's still a crit.
It's still a crit.
Rizira is a +0 for strength. So, all right, Riz is not liking this at all. 7 points.
Like, why'd I pick this thing up?
Disgusting. Throws it on.
Did
the
you
ground.
add the +1s for the sword? So +1? So it'll be 8 points.
8. All right, Riz is gonna
you stab it. It feels bad. You just leave it in the horse. I mean, I know it's.
Yeah, she's gonna just, like, drop it.
Okay,
drop and get out
so
her.
you slash
After
into
that.
it, and
This
it,
is
it is going to slash through and leave kind of a burning trail through the side of it.
Yeah, and then because I was only 15 feet, and I have Tarty, Riz is gonna, kind of pop back behind the door.
Okay, so hopping back behind the door using your swashbuckler traits, you'll be able to do that easily without provoking anything. Which it is now Steelwind's turn. Steelwind, the second horse, is going to charge forward, seeing Aurontiros. It is going to hurl itself at him, throwing back its hair or its mane, and like, and those are like the worst rolls I've rolled in a long time. I'm spending another drama bomb. Gee, that was... I rolled a 3 and a 2, and the 2 turned into a 3. So the horse is going to rush you and just go, "Woo!" and kind of ineffectively kind of like wave its hooves in your face, Aurontiros.
This horse is my spirit animal. Because I rolled a 1 on the initiative. This happening is him joining battle.
Ah. Fair. All right.
Everyone, there are spectral horses in this room.
Hazeal, it's your turn. Looking down at the fine, like the incredible craftsmanship of the sword that Riz just dropped, and the fact that was she just wearing mithril? What is going on here? What do you do?
Well, I am not proficient in longswords, so I leave the blade where it is. And instead, take out what I am proficient in, which is my warhammer. And I would like to... so I need to be... hold on. The thing. I need to be within 5 feet of the horse that's near the tunnel. And then the horse below it is within 5 feet of it, so that should be fine. Yes, okay. I'm going to cast Green Flame Blade and hit the first horse with my Warhammer,
Okay.
which will then damage the second horse as well. But I'm also trying to kind of move so that I'm blocking Kelara
Sounds good.
from the horse, like trying to strike in after it, even though I don't think it can get in.
Okay, so stepping in front of the hole, you're going to whip your Warhammer back, summon Green Flame, and give me an attack roll.
That is...
And a reminder, everyone has determination right now.
And I have inspiration from last game.
Oh, that's true.
nice. That is... Actually, I'm going to use my determination on this to make that an 18.
An 18 is an absolute hit. Roll me your damage.
Awesome. Cool. So, Warhammer also has versatile, and I'm using it with 2 hands because... oh, no. I can't because I have to cast the spell. Never mind. I'm using it with 1 hand. 'Cause I'm pretty sure there's somatic components to this one. There are. Look at
When
that.
something has the somatic tag, that means you need at least 1 free hand.
I need at least
to,
1
like-
hand.
You have to do your Naruto gang signs.
Yeah, unless I'm using subtle spell, but I don't have the sorcery points to just wait. or waste on it.
And
so-
unless you have the Warcaster feat, because that allows you to do somatic without having your hands free.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right, Cal.
Which is
That's,
why I can use a shield and a staff.
Yeah.
What do you have?
I have the feat
Warcaster.
Warcaster.
This is a feat or a class
yeah.
thing?
Feat.
it allows you to cast spells as opportunity attacks.
Okay.
And with weapons.
Okay. Sorry, I need to do math, so I just need a moment.
Yeah, that's fine.
that
I'm just
is-
curious.
Yeah,
how
no,
the game
that's
works.
fine. I realized there was an extra part to this that I had forgotten about. So that is, I rolled so that's 9 bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
which may or may not work, but and then I did 6 fire damage to the target, and then I do 6 plus my spellcasting ability, which is 4. I do 10 fire damage to the second. There we go.
Okay, so
Sorry.
do you mind if I take narrative control for this one?
Please do. Yeah.
Okay, so stepping in front of the hole, Hazel's gonna go and Green Flame, which is going to be like a sick counter to all the purple flame everywhere, is going to erupt around her Warhammer. She's gonna go and smash it like she's playing croquet into the first horse, which is going to explode in a pile of bones as its green flame goes through it and ignites the other one, burning some of its spectral energy away. That was a hell of a hit. That first horse is gone.
How much damage was that?
So the actual cantrip, it's like I do my weapon damage, right? Then I do 1d8 of fire damage to the thing I hit, and then I do 1d8 plus my spellcasting ability mod to the second one. So I did like 9 and then 6 and then 10.
And you might have
So
done more because
15
of
to the
other
first
reasons.
one. Right, yeah. 15 to the first one and then 10 to the second, and possibly vulnerable to fire or what have you.
That's
All right.
rad. And you get to do the melee attack.
Okay, with that, Sir Durston is going to pivot around in front of Hazeal and throw his shield up and ready in action to strike if this thing comes any forward. Kind of, whoa now. All right, Aurontiros, it is your turn.
Oh, geez, guys, I'm not as cool as what everyone else is doing here. I'm just basically the elf class without any of my bardic abilities left. So I'm gonna do what? Oh, this thing's right up in my face.
You're not going to do the Aurontiros maneuver of try to make a friend?
You can cast lower level spells using a higher level slot. You know, I did think about casting Speak with Animals.
You could also make a roll just using your animal handling if you really want to.
Yeah. I mean, it's a ghost, but
It's a ghost.
it's a ghost. Yeah. Whoa. In Elvish, easy there, fella. Easy there. Fula. There you go. What happens on a cocked die? Reroll or whatever's closest?
Reroll it.
Animal handling. That better be charisma.
It is. Or no, it's wisdom.
Oh, okay, not bad.
Wisdom. Animals don't care
15.
about your charisma.
You
They
have
care about how
determination if you
wise
want to
are.
spend it.
15 to... We're at +3 proficiency?
Yeah, that would take you to an 18.
15 to 18. I will. I'll use determination to bump that up.
All
to
right,
18.
so as
For
you
whatever good
use
it's worth.
the ancient command to it, the knight is, or pardon me, the skeletal horse is going to look at you with one of its blazing eyes, will stop, bow, and vanish, misting through you as it does.
What manner of elven magic was that?
We are out
That's
of
a
combat.
really cool trick. Can someone please help me take off this armor? It's too bulky and too weird, and I don't like it.
All right. As that resolves, Aurontiros, you're going to gain the favor of the heroic steed, a supernatural gift I have put in our private chat.
That is awesome.
Amazing.
Oh, so using it uses one of the charges, and then...
Yeah, you have a ghost horse Pokemon now.
2 ghost Pokemons.
2 uses, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Are you all right in there? The knight will call into the tunnel.
A little bruised.
Kelara, do your divine gifts work on yourself? I recall you being near death when we had faced the specter up above.
No, I'm alright.
And then Aurontiros is finally going to get a glimpse at Rizira.
Just like awkwardly halfway through taking off the breastplate, because it takes like a minute to doff. It really
What?
does.
Rizira here.
You were gone for 30 seconds.
Ender magic.
Kinder magic. You have your elven ways. I have my kinder ways.
Pull
Um,
Rizira out of the breastplate.
Aurontiros, as Godfrey is doing that, you're going to see that on the floor, for one, is lying an immaculate, beautiful longsword. But next to it, in a heap that looks like a pile of autumnal leaves, is... You'll recognize what it is. It's a Kaganesti forest shroud.
And this is what Rizira was.
Yeah, she was wearing it on top of the other armor.
I think she's trying to take the breastplate. I guess she'd probably have to take it off.
You'd have to take
put
the
breastplate
cloak
on.
off, then the breastplate.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll observe it and hold it up for everyone else and be like, yeah, go ahead.
It
Or
is
should
a
I roll?
shroud that is normally worn by Kaganesti scouts.
I've spent some time with the Kaganesti and who taught me how to do my makeup, if you can believe that. And they are the finest hunters and scouts that I have ever seen in my entire life. But why would this be down here?
I don't know, but if I think it'll look really good with my hair. Finders keepers, right?
Yeah.
We're just gonna like do.
Start grabbing at it.
Yeah, she's gonna start grabbing at it.
Oh, yeah, and then now that she has the armor off, he'll don the Queen of the Kinder with the Kaganesti cloak. It has Rizira colors.
Okay.
The queen needs her cloak, doesn't she?
And Kelly looks disappointed in us all.
I reread and I finally twigged in what happens if Rizira gets this. Oh, it's not good for me for the rest of the game.
Oh,
Do we know,
really?
or do we need to identify it somehow?
You'll need to identify it or spend some time attuning to it.
Too bad I don't have an identify spell.
Does
Who needs
well,
that?
I mean, I'll look over at the knight and say, so these were just on the racks there. Is this? I don't know.
Look.
Is this?
Look, Squire, I don't know, okay? I'm visiting here. The Oath and the Measure doesn't really have... It has conflicting reports about things that are left in tombs. They weren't with anyone in particular, and it's not like these catacombs... it's not like they were being set aside.
Check out
I
this.
don't think she disrespected
longsword,
anything
everyone.
when she got them. So
Aurontiros is whipping the longsword around because I guess it fell to the ground after...
Yeah, Rizira just like discarded it.
Because she left it in the spectral steed.
Yeah.
So elves are proficient with longswords, and he's just going to be whipping it around. He'll be like, Godfrey, check this blade out. It's perfectly balanced.
it's
Yeah,
beautiful.
Like all things should be.
You've spent some time in Qualinesti?
Me?
You know the saying.
The sayings get around, friend.
Hmm.
So which way do we
this
go
is
now?
a little hefty for me. Godfrey, if these weapons were meant to supply the warriors of Solamnia, perhaps this was meant for more than just rotting away in these tombs. But I'll let you be the judge, for it is not my people. And he'll hand the blade hilt first to Godfrey.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's... Oh, okay. I mean, it's just sitting down there, and we could use all the help we can get right now.
Well, if it's in a Solamnic tomb space catacomb, then maybe it's not offensive for a Solamnic to carry it?
If anything, perhaps the smith or the previous owner would have wanted it to be passed down to a Solamnic knight.
Here's hoping.
Yeah, if you look at it, like, it's obviously magical because it's not rusted like the other ones in there.
No.
So I think its owner
Clara's
was
gonna look at all
very-
the rusty ones and
Yeah, I guess Aurontiros will check out to see if there's anything else of that quality.
So inside of this room itself...
Hazel's gonna look at the armor she did identify as mithril, by the way.
Yeah.
'cause-
So it is an honest to God mithril breastplate. Really high quality craftsmanship. Beyond this in the room, you'll see that beyond this like storage room with the rotten weapons, the Kaganesti Forest Shroud, the longsword, and the mithril breastplate, you'll see there are 2 tombs. Can I get a perception or survival roll from Hazeal as she steps into the room to look at stuff?
That is, surprisingly, a 19 on either of them.
As you are looking around this room at all of the rotted weapons and like rusted steel, you are going to notice that the section of wall to the south of this has been completely plowed away, much like the tunnel to the north. However, with your stone cunning trait, you can tell 2 things. 1, this tunnel was broken very recently. And 2, it's narrow and dangerously unstable. To get through this, you would probably be risking a collapse. You might be able to do it. Riz could probably do it, and maybe you. But anybody else might be a bit much.
So down this tunnel?
Just so everyone's aware, this tunnel is very unstable and will likely collapse.
So not that tunnel.
You could probably do it. I could possibly do it. Maybe Aurontiros, but I doubt it. It's very narrow. It's very recently done, though.
I'm very narrow, but sideways.
Yeah, if it was like a long, tight tunnel, you'd be good, but not like a short tunnel. You're quite tall.
Well, I think,
so through the doors, then?
I think perhaps we should try and stick together.
Oh,
Yeah.
at the end of the hall near the statue, there were 2 doors. I didn't have time to alert anyone.
Like the horse in the horse room?
Back
So
here.
basically to the west on the map, that is.
So do we go to the west or the east?
Well, this tunnel was made very recently, so I would say we want to, if we're not going in the tunnel, which I do not recommend, we should continue along down this way.
We should go down the other way that Aurontiros said, to the west, because there's no
Yeah.
doors down here.
Kalara's gone and walked down into the other area and said, "There's
By
Just the one
herself.
back up to the other area."
Oh,
Well,
okay.
Riz and Aurontiros were kind of there, so she just kind
Fair.
of went a little further and just kind of peeked around the corner.
I
Boom.
hadn't made it down that
Minotaur.
far, so that makes
Kelara.
sense.
Kelara,
Yes.
can you please do me a favor and make me an insight check?
Okay.
Dex
Can you
save.
do me a
Not
favor
false.
and make a dex save?
Yeah.
Insight, you said.
Mm-hmm.
27.
As you're turning and walking back toward your friends, you are going to pass a set of tombs to the north and the south of you along the middle point of the hallway. But as you do, you are going to hear what sounds like the clang of metal on metal, like a forge work. It's just distant and hollow, almost dreamlike. You'll hear it, and only you, echoing through the south tomb. It seems to kind of beckon you.
I'm going to stand in front of it and look in, because that looks like it's a barred one.
It is. So as you look through, it looks like, so it's just this cage, basically. This barred grate that you can push aside if you want to enter. But the south tomb is completely empty. No skeleton at all. Except a single token lying atop the slab there. It looks like a pendant, an amulet of some kind, made of what looks like iron.
Does anybody else hear that?
And as you say that, the noise will fade out and you'll hear nothing else. But
Hear what?
Yeah, what?
It sounded like a forge. There's no skeleton in this one, just that pendant.
Do you go in?
I feel like she's very nervous and kind of fearful, so I don't know that Kelara necessarily would charge in.
I will say with a 27 insight, you don't have a bad feeling about this.
Whoa.
Okay, well that kind
27.
of changes if she's nervous or not, so...
Like, you'd be careful, but, like, it's like there's no skeleton. Like, what's going on?
And it doesn't feel bad. So sure. Okay. She'll go in. She'll push it and just see. She'll push and wait and see if anything happens, and then just slowly.
Be careful.
Alright. Heading inside, it's just a couple of feet, and you'll see that there is a small amulet made of iron lying on the tomb there. And it's shaped like a smith's hammer.
It looks like a smith's tool, like a hammer.
Anyone who has would like to can make me a religion check.
Yes, please. I do not have it proficient, but... Haha, 21.
21.
If I go look in after Kelara, can I look or do
Absolutely,
it as well?
totally can.
That is an 8.
An 8? Oh, it's old iron, but it looks dwarven. You can't quite place it. Kelara, that looks like a holy symbol of Riorx,
I think
the
it's
god
a
of
holy
craft.
symbol. The craft god.
Should I not have maybe gotten advantage on that then?
Maybe it's an old
You know
god.
what? It's
no,
roll.
they still follow Riorx. They just
That's true. They
don't-
do inside of Thorbarden particularly. So go ahead and
Yes.
give me an advantage roll. Give me one more d20 on that.
Thank you.
I appreciate you petitioning.
That is a 17 on
The
that.
council has heard your petition and has granted you knowledge of that holy symbol.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
But you
I knew
are
out of
s-
character what it was, which is why
Yeah.
I was like, maybe.
You may sit on the Council of Riorx, but you are not recognized as a master. So yes, in fact, it is a holy symbol of Riorx.
Clara, you also got that, right? Like,
Mhm.
you recognized it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dwarven god.
Does it look like there's anything in the northern chamber there?
There is a in the northern one. Glancing in, you will see that there is. There we go. A skeleton, not clad in armor. Well, maybe like old rotted leather pauldrons and bits of ancient fur, clutching this gorgeous axe in his hands. It's a single-bladed axe with a huge spike on the back of it. A number of red gems engraved along this ancient wood haft, and runes carved into this weighty blade.
Does the wood look unaffected by age?
It looks perfect. It looks flawless.
Hazeal,
What?
the weapon smash thing of shiny.
Do you want to take the pendant, Hazeal?
Are you having a stroke? Like,
Wait, what? No, I just look at this. Come over here.
Kalara's going to touch
Okay.
the pendant just to look at it
and
better.
I'm gonna go over to Aurontiros.
It's surprisingly warm to the touch.
Hazeal, it's actually warm.
Hazel's just so torn. Like,
So-
what?
Hazeal, you are going to see that there is like an incredibly grand looking axe lying in the northern chamber. It looks very much like this.
Hmm.
And as you look at it, you'll
Interesting.
hear, mm-hmm.
I think that one is attracting my attention a little bit. I hear what Kelara is saying, and I'm going to reach out and touch the axe.
Okay,
Or
Or
so
can we?
all right, pushing in, you'll be able to reach out and touch the axe, and it feels hot beneath your hand, like justice, like righteousness, like being on the right side of an argument. You are now attuned to that axe,
Excellent.
and you are proficient with battle axes, correct?
I am indeed. It is the
Sounds-
first thing on my proficiencies list.
I was like, how could she not be? This looks like a dwarven weapon.
Scary how fast you attuned to it. Kind of worried about cursed, but hey.
What?
What?
What does this curse word you mean?
Also,
Does she
how
like-
long is this taking in-game wise?
Like 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I'm
was-
gonna send you a PM, Jen.
Okay. Cool.
So you have this badass war axe now.
Excellent. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. it did
Badass
that for
war
me.
axe. And you've got the breastplate, right?
I grabbed the breastplate to make sure that we brought it with us. I cannot use it, but I do have it.
You know who can?
Godfrey and Kelara.
The humans.
The humans.
What?
Humans.
Oh. The Kelara.
Uh-huh.
She's holding the amulet.
Yeah,
Just haven't
I mean,
picked it up to
again,
look at it.
I am proficient with medium armor, so I could technically use it. It's just a bad idea because I am also a mage.
Oh,
I'm gonna
how does that
It
affect?
doesn't. Not in the system.
Sorry, what?
How does the wearing? You are proficient in medium, but how does that affect?
Am I right?
If you're
Spell
proficient in
casting.
it, you can wear it fine. It doesn't affect your spellcasting in this edition.
No, but I have mage armor, which I get
Would-
once for free and can use instead,
Oh,
and can use on 2 people. So it's a
Okay.
better deal for me.
oh, and it doesn't stack, or you need to be unarmored. Is that how that works?
You can't use
Yes.
mage armor on top of armor. Like I can't be
So-
wearing armor to use it.
While you're doing
Or
this,
tip.
Godfrey.
Riz, you're going to adjust the forest shroud on you, and I'm going to spend the hurt the more to have it attuned to you automatically. I have sent you the details in our private chat. Please read them and cackle.
Why the hurt the more are you spending?
Oh, sorry, something good happens. Something good happens for that.
Okay, thank you.
So perhaps maybe
Hurt the more by a tune.
Laura,
Uh-huh.
maybe you could wear the breastplate to keep you safe. Well, I mean, people are out to get you. I'm pretty well protected in this, and I've got the shield.
All right. Help?
Gladly. Will happily and excitedly take but 10 minutes to put it on.
A breastplate?
5. It's
breastplate's
5,
medium armor,
but
But he's
quicker.
taking his time. He wants to
Yeah.
make sure it's done
Has
correctly.
to fit.
Well, if
right.
they're taking the time, well, no, you spent something good happens to have Riz attune. I was like, if they're taking the time to put on armor, then Riz is gonna.
All right, so that's a breastplate stats.
It is a breastplate, except you do not have... so it's 14 plus your dex mod, but
Yes.
you do not have disadvantage on stealth while wearing this.
Yeah, that's normal for a breastplate.
Oh,
That's in the PHB.
Is it normal for a...
Half plate has disadvantage as well as scale mail. Breastplate doesn't.
Oh.
Huh.
oh, am I thinking of half plate?
Maybe.
Half plate has
Yeah.
disadvantage.
It's also only 10 pounds,
Oh.
so it's
Sweet,
very
so
light.
it's half the weight.
Half the weight, basically.
Man, I'm in
It's
trouble.
so it's a slimming.
Is it
It's
half
a
the weight or is it
slimming
less? I
fit.
can't remember off the top of my head.
So what
it's
is your
basically
AC
nothing.
with without the mage armor, but with the the half plate now.
One
Christine.
higher.
Okay, so now Jen can cast Mage Armor on Riz next day, and Riz can get 1 higher AC on herself.
Everybody
Yay.
wins.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Perfect.
Are we done
Perfect.
pillaging tombs? I'd really like to stop lollygagging if we're going to be down here.
That's fair.
Yeah.
New axe over my shoulder.
It is like perfectly sized to you,
Oh yeah, it's good.
This
and it
wasn't
has
in a
versatile.
tomb. Does it count as pillaging if it wasn't in a tomb?
No, you're probably right. It doesn't. But that one was being held by a skeleton.
Yeah, I'm a little worried. We were told not to touch things on the bodies, and you went and touched things on a body there, Hazeal.
Well, I mean, Hazel's the one who did warn you, so maybe she can see the difference.
Yeah.
Kelara looks
Yeah,
really
this-
questioning at that. She's like, I'm
I-
not sure, but maybe.
I think that it's a matter of respect, is it not?
She respectfully.
I was very respectful. The axe chose me.
These are the ways of the sorcerer, Godfrey.
That's all beyond me. That's
It's okay. I'm here to teach.
Oh, the
That's-
doors. I need to show you. Right. And Aurontiros will head down the.
I will follow.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
me too.
Heading down to the far side of the room, you will see that there are a pair of double doors that lead to the south. They appear to be simple tomb doors.
Riz is gonna go through one of the doors.
The
I'm gonna
big
be
thing
right
with
behind
Mithril
Riz.
is that it's hideable. So you can hide it
Mm.
under normal clothing. So
Fair.
it's very much like Frodo.
Yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, it's slimming.
Yeah.
You can you can wear it under anything.
And they actually need to make a DC like 14 or 15 in check investigation to actually see
Oh,
that as
nice.
armor.
That's great.
Oh.
All right.
According to D&D Wiki.
As you step into this room, the chamber blazes with violet flames. In the middle of the room, steps lead up to a sleek marble monument etched with hundreds of lines of texts. Doors lead to the north where you just came from, and to the east. As you enter the room, you see the flames coalesce again. The knight returns to his home, and you watch as enraged he slays his wife, as the world around him crumbles and burns. The knight's body burns as well, but he doesn't fall. His armor fuses with his flesh, with his bone. His eyes blaze with flames, and he becomes a terrifying, deathless creature.
So who is this guy?
Asshole, apparently.
This is Lord Soth.
A cursed knight.
The Soth, as in.
Yes.
Do you know
Yeah,
the
Like the one on the
Visoths?
card. Riz is going to hold up that scratched off card with the scratched off name of Soth.
Wait, what? Aurontiros is gonna look at that. Was it a
It's
scroll?
from a card. No, it was a card deck that she got from the store in the market that just had a bunch of different knights on it, and so like trading
Oh.
cards almost.
And his name was scratched off?
It was crossed off like, and it could only read like Soth. The H was crossed off kind of.
Godfrey,
Is
as you walk by the marble slab, you can see that there are a number of names scrawled on it, but one is going to catch your eye. Knight Vogler. The one who founded the village. The one who it was named after.
Hey, Kelara.
Yeah.
Knight Vogler.
Oh. Is that where the village came from?
It was named after him.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Is this his tomb?
One of you said there were a bunch of names, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's one right beneath it. Knight Jandon.
Knight Jandon. Let's just start rattling off a bunch of the other names.
Mm-hmm. There are an incredible amount of names here. So many that it's not even realistic to just give you all of them. But I'll say there's Knight Drake, and there's Knight Equinox, there's Knight Zelta, there's Knight Ravine, there's Knight Solomon. It's I don't know, it's kind of a little dusty. It's kind of hard to say how to pronounce that one, but many knights there.
Knight Brando.
Knight Dio.
Felix.
Mm-hmm.
I can't quite read this one. Something T. It's a lot of good people here.
At the other door, Rizira, you find yourself standing in front of a stone door. There's nothing in this room of interest at all. Do you push through?
Yeah.
Okay. Pushing through to the next room, you can enter it easily. Find yourself in a room with a statue of a saluting knight of Solamnia standing in the center of the room, along with 2 tall marble slabs etched with text. All 3 crackle with violet flames. And as you enter, you see the spirit of a knight of Solamnia kneeling before one of the slabs. There are doors that you just came from, and a pair of double doors to the east. As you enter, the knight will lift their head, stand, turn, and look at you. She has an impassive, peaceful look on her face. Hail. I am Knight Jandon, of the Order of the Sword. And I think this is a great time for us to take a quick break. So, folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone. This is the part of the program where we talk to you, the chat. Let's put literally 5 minutes on the clock, and let's get back into this. You guys enjoying your first little tomb crawl in Dragonlance?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually been really good so far.
The
It's fun
prizes are
playing
great.
characters
Love them.
that have
The
not
prize
seen
is
magic items. And
disgusting.
So yeah, and
Fun.
Godfrey, I gave I spent something good happens to let Riz attune to that blade, but because she gave it to you, I'll let it carry over so you can be attuned to it right now if you have it.
It's just a normal +1 magic longsword.
Normal
right?
+1 longsword.
No attunement. We're good to go.
No attunement. All right, Kelara, you were saying something, or Christine, you were saying something.
Oh, I was just saying that to follow up what Cal had been saying in our private chat, just that it was really great that you were doing that bit of in character kind of, oh well, you should take this type thing, because Kelara would not have thought to be like, oh yeah, I can use that because she's a village girl, and I'm like, yeah, no, she wouldn't do that. Christine knows she could use it, but I'm not going to act it out in character until somebody else says.
I tried to do the mystical. Sorry, I keep
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You tried to do the mystical.
I tried to do the mystical, like, the elf knows what these are and shall. Like when the
Read them out.
in the wow, my knowledge. The meeting place when they form the
Fellowship.
The fellowship is Rivendell. Thank you. Kind of like, oh, and like this shall go to, but in the back of my head, maybe I could do a panel on that, the positive metagaming, right? In the back of my head, I'm like, this is a sneaky cloak, and this is a long sword, +1 longsword. +1 longsword should go to the fighter, and the sneaky cloak should go to the rogue.
Yeah, I was just listening to a podcast that talked about. I might have been the podcast with you and Kelly, actually, I listened to, where you guys talked about positive metagaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, I think we were talking about it a little bit on the Discord. Like when I do things that, you know, I don't know if my character would know this, so I ask for a roll because, you know,
Especially when you're dealing with meta plot,
I know
it's
this out of
real
character.
hard.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So that whole like, and then just go with it. Like, if Hazeal hadn't been a mountain dwarf from Thurbarden, I would have lived with my 8. Like,
Yeah. Well, thank you for reminding me, because I was looking at that, and the thought process behind that was, I was looking at it, I'm like, because it says if you're a cleric of orcs, you know, and if you're not, you have to make like a DC 14 in like religion check. Okay. And it doesn't say anything about dwarves. Like dwarves would naturally know this, and I was like, well, it doesn't say dwarves would naturally know, but it does say a cleric would. Maybe, okay, you know, I'll just go with the book. I'll go with the book on this. I won't make an executive call. And then you called me on it, and I was like, oh yeah, the book just copy-pasted a form that they have under all religious symbols. So they didn't put any personal care in. I think that this module is way better than a lot of other modules that they put out recently, though. And I'm very, very excited.
I mean, I'm not 100% sure exactly what you've changed versus what the module says, but it feels like there's less of that confusion that I've seen in a couple of the other ones.
Yeah, and I also hand wave certain things. Like we'll talk about next episode when we're doing our how-to. By the way, everybody, next episode is our how to run chapter 4, where we do everything from the moment the characters get to Kalaman to the end of this session. So if you have any questions for us on how we ran the game, any highlights of the game, what we would change, module difficulties, snags for when you run the game yourself, let us know. Leave them in the comments, leave them in our Discord, leave them on Facebook, Twitter, wherever you want to leave them. Just leave us questions, because it gives us stuff to talk about, and I really want to pry this thing open. It's a really good module, and there's very little I would change, most of which is inside of Wheelwatch Outpost, which is a lot of responses to people saying that I was doing things wrong. A lot of the things I wasn't doing wrong, I was deliberately changing them because I didn't like what was there, because it was not a fun situation. We found a very similar...
why we try not to do the backseat gaming in the chat, because sometimes we've changed things for a very specific reason.
Yeah, we do try to stick to as vanilla as possible, which is why the end of Spelljammer, if you guys watch that live, or you'll watch it when it's out on YouTube in the next couple weeks, the ending of Spelljammer is ridiculous. I calculated out that, like, the final battle, I'm doing 400 points of damage on average per round because of how they have it settled, and they're level 8 characters, and I'm like, one of my players has 60 hit points. I can TPK the entire party with good rolls each round.
Yeah.
Right? So it's kind of rough.
Just to go back, I can't wait when we do the next how to run it to find out what things you did change.
But that's going to be next weekend or next week.
Yeah,
so
those are always super interesting to me, and just be like, oh, okay, cool. I like finding out what those are.
I'm really excited too. It actually times perfectly because I'm going away for a few days over Easter to like just rest and recuperate and, like, you know, spend a couple days not gaming, because it is my job. It is work. I'm really excited because I get to do a how-to right before. So it's like a soft weekend. It's a real soft Friday. It's great.
Although that'll just like have like everything in your brain so much more. Like, kind of like, oh, how would I do this? How should I do this next time? How should I whatnot?
Right.
And then you'll be going into that. So hopefully you're able to let it all go and relax.
I'm hoping to. I will bring the book with me because the next chapter is a bit of a beast that I want to be on top of. Now with that, we're gonna hop back into game in just one sec. But Robin, do you want to share what your cloak does with everyone before we go back? Because it's dumb. It's dumb on a Kender. It's the worst. It's the worst thing a Kender could get. And I didn't remember what it did when you guys were arguing over it. I'm like, all right, don't have a Canadian standoff. Like whoever wants it takes it. And then I was like, oh God, Riz is gonna get it. I just remembered. Oh shit.
Riz shamelessly wanted it.
I know, which is great.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's just,
I didn't look it up. I didn't know what it was. I just was like, fall leaves. Oh, that fits Riz's aesthetic perfectly. So this cloak appears to be made of autumnal leaves woven together. While you wear this cloak, you have advantage on dexterity stealth checks and can use a bonus action to magically teleport to an unoccupied space you can see within 30 feet of yourself. You then have advantage on the next attack roll you make before the end of your turn.
Oh my god.
Once this bonus action is used, it can't be used again until the next dawn. So Riz can teleport for advantage once a day.
And thus sneak attack.
And
anywhere
Hazel's,
you see, including vertical, I assume.
Yeah. Any space.
Fort.
Yeah, any space you can see, anything that has a floor, right? And then Hazel's axe, it does nothing special, guys. All it does is make all of the top of her hair fall out, and she gets like a really cool beard. And like she can only address her children by their gender.
Oh yes.
Boy.
Yeah. 100%.
Just we're changing your art. You're now Kratos.
And no matter how far away it is, you can.
I really do hope. I really do hope that the axe is cursed so that when you eventually get rid of it, we can refer to your ex-axe.
I mean, the fact that PM stats gen definitely seems cursed.
No, what are you talking about?
There's also a dwarf with a bald head and a really epic beard. They're Dwallin. It's great.
Nerd.
How big and buff and bald.
All right, so
with the fiery feeling of justice.
All right, speaking of fiery feelings of justice, let's go back to Shadow of the Dragon Queen. You ready? All right, let's head back in 3, 2. Hello and welcome back to Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen, here on Dork Tales. You find yourselves inside of this crypt. The shrine of the honored lays before you. And here, you see this knight rise up before you. She turns and looks at you and introduces herself as Knight Jandon of the Order of the Sword. Her accent is slightly antiquated. Forsooth, I welcome you.
Sorry to interrupt you in your time of rest. Do you know what is going on? Do you know what's making all those tunnels around here?
A dark night has come. And he has come for Lord Sarlamir. For entombed in the next room is my lord, Knight Zanus Sarlamir. He was once a respected knight of the Order of the Crown. Have you heard his story?
Have I heard his story?
You can make me a history roll, please.
19.
19? Yeah, you
I have not heard the story.
I was gonna say, is that something that Ispin would have said potentially on travels?
You know what? I'm gonna roll that. Yeah, actually, you heard bits of it. He told you the juicy parts of it.
So if it's in the next room, they've already tunneled to it. Is he under threat right now?
He is long dead.
But whatever this Dark Knight you were...
I am not sure. Might I share my story with you before you venture forth?
I love a good story.
Please.
You've probably been waiting a long time to.
I
Let
must
it out.
unburden myself before I move on. Sarlamir, like the Dread One, received a missive from Paladine some years before the Cataclysm. Paladine told Sarlamir that the king priest of Ishtar had created a magical wonder to the east, a flying city, and in so doing, he had enraged the metallic dragons that had so long remained hidden on Krynn. Paladine tasked Sarlamir with going to this flying city, assuaging the dragon's fury and convincing the king priest to return the city to land. Sarlamir agreed. The knight knew this task was daunting and decided to hedge his bets. He brought a weapon with him, his family's greatest treasure, a Dragonlance. He and his fellow knights reached the king priest's flying city and stood before a flight of righteously furious metallic dragons. When the king priest refused to land the flying city, the dragons refused to leave. As the conflict escalated, Sarlamir used his Dragonlance to slay the dragon's leader, the gold dragon Karaverix. As soon as his blood touched the Dragonlance, it rusted away. In his very hand, the dragons attacked and slayed him, crashing the flying city. A few of us escaped. We brought his body and the lance back here, where we entombed it. This is the exact opposite of every version of the story you have ever heard. Those of you who have heard it, and might be somewhat a little taken aback. Now I thank you for hearing my tale. When I returned Sarlamir's body to Kalaman, I lied. I reported that he died defending people from rampaging evil dragons. He was entombed a hero. I regret this. His disobedience and deeds could only add to the scale of judgment. The gods' dissatisfaction lay not only on the king priest of Ishtar, but also on the acts of those like my lord. Because I lied, I encouraged the evils that my lord did. His disgrace passed to every innocent listener who exalted his tale. I ask you to do a favor for me. Take the weapon entombed with Sarlamir. Perhaps in your hands it can find the redemption that my lord could not. I know not what is happening now, but this, and she gestures around to the purple flames that are erupting around the room. These flames used to only dwell inside of Sarlamir's tomb, but now they run rampant. I wish you luck. And may the gods forgive me for my trespass. And she will vanish into wisps of smoke.
Riz is just gonna be like, huh. Interesting. Moving on.
Very
Okay.
interesting.
Wow.
Do you
That's different.
You never really know what to believe, do you? Well, I've never seen a Dragonlance before. Have any of you?
No.
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 I'm kind of excited about it.
Do you think they're as big as a king? Do you think it's definitely bigger than me? But how many times bigger than me? I think there's going to be at least 2 or 3 me's.
At least. Shall we?
Let's.
Pushing into the next room, you will step inside. Violet flames outline the tomb set into the walls of this spacious crypt. A heavy stone brazier sits empty near the room's center. A sarcophagus to the north lies in pieces at the mouth of a crumbling tunnel. A wall to the southeast is similarly broken. At the edge of the tomb, a flaming dais holds a sarcophagus sculpted with the image of a knight. A life-sized sculpture of a dead dragon impaled with a spear curls around the sarcophagus. Something within the sarcophagus moves, slamming against the lid. As the unnatural flames on the dais blaze with wild intensity. The violet flames waver, forming ominous images once more. The terrifying knight from the last vision steps through the wall to the north. He approaches the brazier at the room's center, above which roils a flaming orb. He reaches out, and as he does, the knight holds up a scepter, sculpted with screaming faces. Once touched to the ball of flame, the scepter ignites, and the orb vanishes. The knight admires the flaming scepter, then points to the ornate tomb and statue at the end of the room. Both burst into flames that spread throughout the crypt, burning violently into the darkness. The Death Knight moves to the south and then vanishes, and you can hear at the tomb to the east.
That doesn't sound good.
Hazel, can you see? You said there were things in the other things. Can you see if there's anything in there?
I can look. And my invisibility is still up, so...
Will not allow you to see through the tomb itself. There is nothing that you can see inside of it.
Cool.
Is there anything in the... I'm going to keep my eye on the tomb, but just, like, move up to the brazier and glance into it.
Into the brazier, there is nothing, just the lingering purple flame. But it looks like whatever was there before is long gone. Hazel, do you say you walk up to the tomb?
Yeah, I'll walk up and...
Okay. Walking
Be careful.
up, you could open the lid if you wanted.
Do I open it?
Where's the lance?
Tomb?
Is the lance in the dragon or no?
It is. Looks like it was buried with him in the tomb.
Oh no, we have to open it to get the lance.
So this was bad man that people... His story was...
Yep.
That the lie was told about, I think, is trying to get out.
This purple flame is showing us what has transpired as if
we were watching it happen.
As you stand in front of it, Hazel, you can see that written along the tomb are the words, Xanis Sarlamir, Knight of the Crown. Almost in a halo above his head. You see the words, Rest in peace, good night.
Not a piece anymore.
And then a fist smashes through the crypt. I need initiative.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was wondering when Kelly was
Bard's tongue.
like, guys are taking too long to open the crypt.
Oh yeah.
I'm
for
kind
sure.
of thinking, kind of as Kelara, like, do we need this Dragonlance? Like, she said it rusted, so it obviously didn't work. Will it actually do anything now? Like, does
A
that mean
knight
it's not good?
in Solamnic armor,
On initiative.
wreathed in purple flame,
Oh,
wielding a
holy crap.
flaming blade, rises out of the tomb. And let's get initiative rolls here. That is going to be...
I rolled a nat 20 on my initiative check.
That's
Holy
great.
But you get to go
So proud.
twice.
And I go
Before-
twice before everyone else.
In
That's
Shadowrun, in old
wild.
editions of Shadowrun, yes. But this
Really?
ain't
That's
Shadowrun,
hilarious.
baby.
That's hilarious.
All right, so looking at the initiative, then I've got Aurontiros, then I've got Godfrey for a change, then I have Sarlamir, then I have Hazeal, then I have Kelara. Rizira, you're up. This knight smashes through the tomb, stands, and draws an old blade that ignites with unholy flame, purple, burning with the flames of the cataclysm. What do you do?
How big is this dragon statue?
This dragon statue is quite big. It is the size of, say, an adult dragon.
Okay.
So picture like, it's about the size of a school bus wrapped around.
Cool. I think Riz is going to use her cloak right away. Just let's do it. I think she's going to just like teleport onto the dragon's like forearm shoulder and just take a flying leap at this Death Knight with her rapier out.
Do it. Let's do it. Bring it to me.
Sounds good. So at advantage, come on.
All right, so in a swirl of autumnal leaves, Riz will vanish and reappear.
I'm
above the
going
knight.
to spend my fucking inspiration.
Okay,
I just roll one more die with inspiration, right?
You roll one more die, yeah.
Yeah. I rolled an 11 and 8. I'm trying for that nat 20, baby. I want to crit. so bad.
Don't you
That's
already get
nine.
advantage on the next attack after you teleport?
She already used
Yes,
it.
I did. I rolled an advantage. I rolled an 11 and an 8. And I want to spend my because I want to try crit. That was a 19. Plus 7 is 26 to hit.
Nice.
All right, that's 27's gonna hit. The 19 will hit.
Cool. All right, so that's my regular 3d6 plus a d8. Do. Oh, that's a lot of. Okay, that's pretty good. 10, 18, 20. 24 points of piercing damage.
Ooh, fancy feast. All right,
Yeah.
24 points. That's gonna. Okay.
And then
Okay.
rogues are gonna rogue. She's gonna run along the dragon's body another 15 feet to try and get away from him.
Okay.
And she's her full 30 feet of movement, so she'll try and like run the long way around to stay like 15 feet away from him, but will spend whatever movement she has to kind of run down the dragon's body and just prepare for the next round. Bring out her other rapier.
The knight.
All right, Skelly.
The knight looks around at you in confusion as your blade pierces the front of him. Then you dance away in a fluttering of leaves. Aurontiros, it's your turn.
All right, so she managed to teleport behind him, say
Mhm.
nothing personnel, kid, and then get away again.
That's correct.
Wow. Damn. And here I am with, like a bow. If I use a cantrip as my action, I can't use a spell that can be cast as a bonus action because that breaks
you're-
the.
You can do, if you have a cantrip, you can do a leveled spell as well, so long as they don't take the same type of action. So
Because I was
cantrips-
wondering if I could do a cantrip and then put the hunter's mark.
Yeah.
on
Yeah, so
them.
long as they're not both actions. If the leveled spell is a bonus action, you can.
As the fist comes out and everyone's, should we open it? Oh, what should we do? He's just gonna turn around and be like, "Oh, by the gods, you are ugly," and use vicious mockery.
Okay. What's my save?
And its save is,
Don't worry about it. That's a 23.
I see. Well, in
Unless
that case,
Oh, pardon me, it's only 21. You could silvery barbs me.
I could silvery, right? Because that's a reaction.
Mm-hmm. If you have a leveled spell to blow on it.
I'm gonna save
Okay.
that for when it matters a little more.
Okay. All right, let's do it. So he's going to turn and look at you. I have been dead for some time, he says in a hollow voice.
Oh. Oh. And bonus, I can move as well, right? Do I have a clear shot by any chance, or do I have to maneuver?
You would have to maneuver a bit to get a clear shot. So you'd have to move about 10 feet to the east to get a clear shot if you're trying to shoot around your friends.
What about like through here?
If you rush to the south, you'll also get a clear shot between Hazeal and Riz.
Hazel and
Let's
Riz
do
are
that.
also both short. I don't know if that helps.
It'll help a little bit, but you're on a raised platform, so it evens out.
Fair, right? I forgot that.
And since that was my action, all I can do is ready my bow and wait here for now.
Alright.
But the bonus action.
Yeah. So you can do Hunter's Mark if you want.
Gonna do Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
To Hazeal.
All
F
right.
him up! He's gonna say in Elven though. Asfira Stura.
What die is that again?
It's a D.
It's a D8.
Yeah, you're going on a D8 with Aurontiros. All right, Aurontiros, is that the end of your turn?
Engaged.
And that's my turn.
All right, then it is Godfrey. Godfrey, you're up.
Okay. Gonna kind of move around Hazeal a little bit because I'm assuming that's in the way, the rest of his sarcophagus, and I'm going to. It's just like it feels so wrong, like fighting somebody in this armor, but I'm going to attack him with that new fancy sword I got.
All right, go ahead. Make me an attack roll.
That's an 11.
All right, surging forward,
That's
he's going
a
to
12.
parry your blow out of the way.
I'm just not
And then
used to the
again.
nice balance on this sword.
You are not. Okay, parrying
And,
it twice. Okay, what else do you do?
And then, oh, I should have used my precise strike. Damn it.
Should've.
Rizira has a ranged weapon, right?
Rizira has a ranged weapon, although she has a dagger in one of her hands. Yes, or no, you have two rapiers,
okay.
don't you?
I have 2 rapiers right now.
Okay.
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, no, the
Um,
sneaky go again.
I
Yeah, I
will-
forgot about that.
Assume a defensive posture.
Sounds good. Assuming a defensive posture, he will turn and look and will track his gaze as he parries you with 2 adroit blocks. He will say,
Lord Soth calls me through the haunted flames. I'm sorry about this.
and Godfrey, that is gonna be, he's gonna lash out at you and is going to be parried pretty readily by you with his first attack. Then he is going to
Thank
attack
you,
us. Yeah, basically, right? Unfortunately, he gets more attacks than that. Does an 18 hit you?
No.
Okay, spending a hurt them more. Okay, does a 23 and a 22
Yeah.
hit you?
I suppose.
Okay. He's going to lash out, and his blade is going to strike you twice. The first time is going to deal 6, 9, 14 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And the second one is going to be 17 points of necrotic damage.
I'm down.
Okay. You cannot regain hit points until the start of my next turn.
Okay.
So Godfrey, you will rush forward, be parried twice. He will turn, slash at you, you will dodge out of the way, and then he will step forward and plunge his blade into your stomach twice, like a scorpion sting. And Godfrey collapses to the ground, necrotic energy pouring out of the wound. All right, Knight Salamir is going to raise his blade, take a look around, and say to you,
I'm sorry. He has asked that I slay all that oppose him. I must obey.
and is going to take an advancing step at Hazeal. Hazeal, it's your turn.
Oh, good. Good. Just checking a thing. That's fine. Let's not do that. Yeah, I'm going to face off with this thing and swing with my new fancy shiny axe.
It's so shiny.
It's so shiny. I love it.
Yes,
It's
you
the
do.
best.
It's the best.
Right? So yeah, I hit it. That is a bunch. That's
Love
a
it.
17 to hit.
A 17 to hit. One moment,
Yeah.
please. You do have a determination. I'm just going to let everybody know. Everyone has one right now.
Oh, right. I will use it.
And are you adding the
To
bonus
make
from
that-
the axe?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, Hazeal, that's a hit.
Cool. I am using both hands with this. So, where that die? There we go. Just double checking that I haven't missed anything. No, okay. 6 plus. That is 9 damage with the axe.
9 damage. Perfect.
With its bonus as well.
Perfect. Okay. All right, lashing forward, the axe is going to cleave through part of his exposed midsection. Necrotic energy is going to roll out like a dank mist. And Kelara, on the other side of the room, you see Godfrey go down. What do you do?
She's gonna shriek,
Okay.
and she can't reach him in time
Mm-hmm.
this round. But she's gonna move up and cast Guiding Bolt
Okay.
at a 3rd level.
Okay. That's my favorite level for Guiding Bolt. Unless at least you can I want to see someone cast it at 9th level.
And I went and pulled out my favorite die for this from North Foundry.
Okay.
Swiftly to see, I want a good roll.
Okay.
I believe in you.
And that is going to be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will hit. Roll me your damage. That is a lot of d6s. Is that like 5d6?
Oh, that's a lot of 5s. Nice. Okay. Don't think I add anything else to this one. 30 points of radiant damage, and the next attack has advantage.
A divine burst of energy is going to streak through the purple of the room, slamming into the side of Knight Sarlamir. Sarlamir is going to groan, step back, and raise his blade. And Durston is going to come around the side. Kelara, do you have anything else you're doing with your action?
That is no, because that's an action spell. So as far as I'm aware, there's no such thing as the bonus action cantrip. So that is it.
All right. That is going to be... Oh, no. I'm spending... So, Durston is going to rush alongside Hazeal to confront Knight Sarlamir. And I'm going to spend a drama... Oh my god, really? I'm going to spend a drama bomb to preempt. And as he rushes forward, he will say, "For Salamnia!" And will take a swing at him using your advantage. for that. Let's see if he hits. That's a nat 20. Holy crap on a cracker.
Yeah, mystical glowing light on him just
Okay,
totally
let me
was
just...
his undoing.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Okay, so...
Godfrey mutters that while dying.
right.
Just
Advantage from the guiding bolt.
Okay, so...
Dreamwork.
That's a great sword attack. So that's 4d6. That's a real good hit. That is 10, 15, 18 points of slashing damage as he rushes up, brings his great sword to bear, and smashes it down into Sarlamir's shoulder, hitting him solidly in the chest and cleaving down into the old armor. As he holds his blade there, he is ready for the next one and is going to raise his blade again. I'm spending my drama bomb. Sarlamir has made an attack. Sarlamir, the next thing you know, there is just this flicker of purple, and Sarlamir's blade, which was at his side from where he had stabbed Godfrey, is suddenly vertical. And Knight Durston is going to look up at it, and as he does, the flesh of his throat is going to peel open and his head is going to topple to the stones from where the knight severed it. You can pop it back on with some Revivify, I'm sure.
just some duct tape. It'll be good. Great.
You just squish them together and spare the dying it.
All right.
Oh, damn.
Durston
Mending.
falls
Aurontiros,
to the
he's
ground.
mending.
Dead.
Blink twice if you can, if you're still there.
I love drama bombs and hurt them worse. All right, top of the initiative, we have Rizira. Rizira, your knight friend has been murdered. What do you do? Your other knight friend has been murdered. Both of your knight friends are down.
Both of my knight friends are down. Now, could I make some sort of int check, for taking when, Sarlamir. I want to say salamander. It's not salamander, Robin.
That's
when he said that he's
characteristic,
controlled by flames from Lord Soth,
Mm-hmm.
to make an in check if we try and knock over the flames in the thing.
In the vision that you saw, it seemed like the flames animated his body that Lord Soth pulled out of the brazier using that scepter of his. So the brazier, I would say that if you paid attention to the vision as Riz, I don't think Riz would make that judgment call. I think Riz would
That's what I was
go,
wondering.
there was like a ball, he absorbed its power, and then he got kind of like magic blessing abilities with it.
Okay, cool. That's what I was checking to see if Riz would know that, because Robin's going.
Then Aurontiros would definitely not have noticed that. He'd be like, ancient magic.
All right. So then, Riz is going to go around the knight and right beside Godfrey and be like, kind of, I know it doesn't work space-wise for D&D, but in her head, Riz takes out her rapiers and she steps between Godfrey and the knight and goes, "Get your lousy, stinking bones away from all of my friends, you fucking skull."
All right.
And she's gonna make 2 attacks.
Make me 2 attacks, please.
Come on. I want to crit so bad. That's a 15 and a 17. We're getting there.
right.
22 and 24.
Those are hits. Roll me damage.
Heal. And let me go grab my other D8.
And I need you to give me the damage sources from, basically I just need you to give me the damages separately between like the 2 attacks.
All right. So I'll give you the offhand attack because it's real simple. It's a 1.
That's easy.
That's 1.
Makes my life
And
easy, yeah.
then yeah, right. This one's gonna take a bit more math. 10, 9, 22, 26 points of piercing damage for the first one.
Ooh. Ooh, that is a hell of a hit. Beautiful. As you stab in, you are going to like stab up through the bottom of the breastplate, up into the chest. And you will actually feel this kind of Icarus, ancient, like, pressing against your blade. As the heart that's animating this monster made of purple flame, this knight, I should say, is going to throb back against you as your blade pierces the side of it. That's a hell of a wound.
Gotcha.
Aurontiros.
Wish I rolled higher on my other one.
Oh man, it'd be great. Aurontiros, it's your turn. What do you do?
Any way that Aurontiros could gain insight as to if heat metal would be pointless? Like, he's on fire.
You can make me a. You can use your bonus action to make me an Arcana check.
Okay. Well, that's a nat 1.
I mean, he's already on fire, man. He's already on fire.
Yeah, he's already on fire. So.
He's already on fire. I'm just saying.
Yeah, why? And oh, of course. Where is mirror image? Gonna save that just in case, and just gonna shoot him.
All right, make me an attack roll.
Eight, 17.
17 total. You have determination if you want to boost that.
Yes. So
This is probably a good time for that. Okay, so that brings it
yeah.
up to a 20, which is going to be a hit. Roll me damage.
Longbow, go.
Yep, 1d8 plus your dex.
Please, dice. If you give me a 1, I'm gonna riot. Well, Aurontiros isn't the most effective in direct combat.
What was that?
That's 6 total.
6
piercing.
total.
Did you roll a 1?
A 2.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
There we go.
All right.
Ooh,
give
Someone's
you a
bought
1.
your determination back.
Thank you.
Where are you aiming? Are you aiming the head or are you aiming the chest? Oh, yeah, the head is just a flaming skull. That's a pretty good spot.
It's a pretty good spot. Does it seem like flames are coming out of every...
He's just wreathed in flame. It's kind of coming out around his head. It's basically just like infusing him.
Somewhere
Very
in the
Ghost
skull
Rider.
area.
Okay. Your arrow, you're going to notch an arrow, let loose, and it's going to fly, cranking him directly in the head. He is going to stumble for a moment. You think that you may have him on the ropes. You may have him dead, but we're going to see. He stumbles back and smashes the arrow out of his skull, still on his feet. That was a killing blow, Aurontiros. You know it was. He's animated by wicked magics. All right. Godfrey. What is holding you to this plane?
I was thinking as I was going down and am losing consciousness, I could look over at the shield and see on the inside of it the little favor from Kelara that he keeps tied down there. And as he's fading to black, just thinking about like how nice it was to see her again, and then the childhood memories of the two of them together.
Sounds good. All right, I've made your death save for you. You are lying on the ground, feeling your life continue to ebb away. Knight Sarlamir, it is his turn again. Knight Sarlamir stumbles, turns.
Soth beckons me north, back to the place of his dishonor. The place in the northern wastes he calls the City of Lost Names.
He raises his blade and is going to level a shot at Hazeal. Hazeal, does an 18 hit you?
Yeah, it does.
Does a 21 hit you?
Not so fast, scumbag.
All right, I'll re-roll the 21.
Not so fast, bone bag.
Okay, does a 16 hit you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so who do you give the advantage to,
tried.
Aurontiros?
Hey, Rizira.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. I'm gonna give this to you all at once, okay?
Yep.
Hazeal, brandishing his blade that you just saw cut down a knight in his prime, he is going to turn and is going to bring his blade down twice. You're gonna take 34 points of necrotic damage from 2 swipes.
Cool.
Are you still up?
I am still up, but I have a thing to do.
And he has one more attack.
First math. Oh, cool. Really? You want to take me out and not have me do the thing? Okay.
He's gonna hit you one more time. Oh, I think you're still up. Do you have 11 hit points?
I'm trying to do the math, but I haven't gotten there yet.
Sure.
I had 12 hit points.
You have 1 hit point left. That is so good. He's going to lash down into you one more time for 11 hit points of necrotic damage, dropping you down to 1 hit point, which means I need you to do me a favor and make me a wisdom save.
Yeah. Yep. I'm going to use the Bardic Inspiration.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Maybe determination too. Oh, can you
Even
use
with determination, I don't
on-
make it. I get a 14 with determination.
Oh,
And the bardic die?
so did you spend the
I
determination?
rolled a 3 on the Bardic.
Okay. Hazeal, you are going to see Hazeal stumble back from the weight of these 3 blows, and then blood is going to and start hitting the ground. Kelara, from where you can see behind Hazeal, you'll see this gout of blood streaming down between her, like dripping down on the floor between her feet. And then you're going to hear a little bit of, it almost sounds like laughing. And then screaming. As Hazeal begins to froth at the mouth and enters a berserker frenzy.
Yeah.
All right. Oh god, Hazeal, it's your turn.
I attack whoever's closest.
Which is him.
Whoever's closest.
Unless
Which is him.
Unless you want to decapitate Godfrey. So let's go with him first.
I don't think. I mean, it's.
But he's down, right? It's not a threat.
I don't think the
Yeah,
downed
attack-
body is going to be much of a target compared to the one standing in front of her who just hit her.
All right.
Who
So
just
go
hit
ahead.
me.
Make me an attack roll.
That is enough. 22
Okay. 22 is a hit. Roll me damage.
or 23 actually with the axe. Ooh, that is 14 damage.
14 damage. Okay.
That is max damage that I can do with this.
Okay, let me check my con save. Okay, that's a fail. Spending a drama bomb to re-roll. Or pardon me, hurt the more to re-roll. Okay, that is a, how much was that? Total? 14?
14. Yeah.
Okay. Took me a drama bomb, but I just made it. He's still up. You smash your axe into him with a barbarian raid or a barbarian scream, and he stumbles back. His eyes go dim for a moment, and then the violet flame erupts once more. Oh God, I love this power. All right. Hazeal, do you have any other things that you can do with your action?
I don't think so because I'm not moving, because I'm attacking something that's in front of me.
Okay.
And I don't have any bonus actions or anything I can do. So nope, it's just straight up attack.
Okay, that sounds great. All right, then it is Kalara's turn. Kelara, what do you do?
I'm gonna move up, giving Hazeal some serious side eye. Spare the dying, Godfrey.
Okay, you may now spare the dying on Godfrey.
And try and drag him 10 feet away
Okay.
with my bonus actions and the rest of my movement. And get him just away from.
Okay.
No, don't go close, and then
Now you could go on the other side of Godfrey so that I don't get an opportunity attack against you.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that
And I'm gonna
sounds-
try and drag him back that way a bit.
Okay, sounds good. How far? Like,
I could only move 10 feet, so
okay.
that's all the space I had, so.
All right, sounds good. So rushing up, you're going to spare the dying and pull him back from the fray. Perfect. And we are at the top of the initiative with Rizira. Rizira.
Hello. I'm going to just, make 2 attacks.
Okay.
One of them,
you
the
have
first
the
one's,
advantage.
I know, the first one has advantage. Oh, baby, please. Please, I'm begging you. One of you. Okay. Alright, so I rolled 18 plus 7 is a hit. And then 17, I'm going to spend my determination to turn that into a dirty 20 for both attacks.
Those are both
Nice.
hits. Can you please give me the damage separately?
Yep. I gotcha. I figured out. Oh God, my offhand attack is so shit. So the offhand attack is 3.
Okay, hold on.
Yep.
Okay, did it.
Okay. 12. Wow, I'm rolling 22. Another 26 piercing from that one for the main attack.
26 piercing.
Yep.
Okay, hold on. I need to spend a hurt them more. 1 second.
Something good happens just was Brock.
To give you a sense of what I must do, I have an undead fortitude roll, which means that every time he's dropped to 0 hit points, he has to make a roll, difficulty of 5 plus the damage dealt. Which means on a nat 20, he would still be up. My first roll from that last hit of yours was a nat 1. I spent a hurt them more to re-roll it. And my second roll was a nat 1. How do you do this?
Yes! I thought you were gonna be like nat 20, and I was gonna be like, fuck.
Showmanship.
So I think, yeah, right.
Well done.
So Riz with her offhand, how she does is she's going to get on top of the sarcophagus and try and get behind him. And so with her offhand attack, while she's jumping up, she's going to kind of pierce the back of his neck and kind of try and bring him down a bit to her level. And then as he kind of comes down and stumbles a bit, but still rallies, she's going to take her full-on attack, and she's just going to pierce him straight down the head through center mass and just go straight down the armor to the heart where she knows it is.
He is going to collapse into the ground. Once more, you can see he collapses down to his knees. Teeters for a moment. And slowly the purple flames will begin to dissipate. And as they dissipate from him, you will see them beginning to dissipate from the entire catacomb. all of the purple light begins to fade, dropping you into darkness. But as it does, as his eyes begin to fade away to blackened pits, he will turn, looking toward the dead knight next to him, and then toward Godfrey, and will say,
Redeem me. Take my lance, my armor. Stop. Soth.
and will collapse to the ground. As that occurs, Aurontiros, it is your turn. What do you do?
My turn.
It's your turn.
We are not out of combat.
He's still
You're not
talking.
out of- He is. You are now in a darkened room. There is no light in here. If you do not have dark vision, you cannot see what is happening inside of this room right now. But you can, and you see that he has collapsed once more into nothing more than ancient armor and bones.
Oh. Okay, well, I'm not gonna meta game then.
Actually, pardon me. I should state, let me just roll to see how long you've been out here. Okay. So it was late afternoon. So I'm going to say that inside this room, you are getting a bit of dim light because there is the crack in the southern wall is letting in a bit of light because it breaks directly to the coastline north of Kalaman. So a bit of the setting sun is going to be illuminating this room enough that all of you can kind of see a little bit, but it is very dark in here.
Okay, so us other races can see as if it's illuminated.
Yeah, dimly.
Dimly, yeah. How dead is our knight friend? Like, absolutely.
He's dead. He could be revived.
With his head off?
He
Oh,
could-
revived, as in
He could be like
not
revivified.
CPR'd. Okay, got.
I'd say, yeah, I said his head fell off. So yeah, no, he's pretty dead.
Yeah,
Mostly dead.
He's mostly dead.
Mostly.
Mostly dead.
Okay, what does this room look like? I have no way of making light, so I'm just going to go over to Godfrey and Kelara and see if I can, like, is he awake or is he still down?
No, he is just stable, so he's not regained any hit points. It doesn't do any healing. It just stabilizes, so you don't need to do death saves anymore. Which
Oh,
would
so
handily
he's-
get around that no healing thing, just in case that was still in effect.
Yeah, he's gonna see
But also
if
it's the
he
easiest
can-
thing to do.
Yeah, they're going to see if they can aid Kelara and like look around and be like, is everyone all right?
Godfrey, you are unconscious, which means Hazeal, it's your turn. Who do you attack?
Whoever is closest, probably Riz.
What's up?
Okay.
Hazel's eyes, she's staring at the pile of bones, and she just like twirls the axe, looks up at Riz, and she's frothing at the mouth, and she just swings.
Hazel, you're not looking right. What are you doing?
All right, make me an attack roll, please.
What the fuck?
That is a 22.
Oh,
Yeah, that'll be my AC.
We're about
of
to have two
16.
Kenders.
Rude.
Hazel, stop.
Uncanny. I'm gonna uncanny dodge this.
Oh, you can do
yes,
that?
Yeah,
she can.
What's uncanny dodge?
That's a
I get
ranger
to half
or
my
rogue
damage as a
ability.
rogue.
That
From a physical
is
source or?
12,
Any damage.
12 damage.
Okay, so 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So leaping back, the axe is going to slash along your midsection just below the cloak. As Hazeal
What?
continues to froth at the
Hazel,
mouth.
what is going on with you?
Her eyes are practically glowing in the darkness. And that's going to be Kelara. Kelara, it's your turn. Hazeal has just taken a swipe at Rizira in the darkness.
Your back's to me.
Oh.
Does that mean that she has disadvantage on a dex saving throw? If she can't see it coming?
What are you doing? Sacred Flame?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no because she's got her battle perception up. She's in a berserker rage. She's definitely paying attention to the environment. So go ahead and make me a dex save, Hazeal. I will allow Hazeal to be a dwarf with not terribly high dex, though. Okay, pretty high dex for a dwarf.
But rolling a 6 doesn't help me.
Knew it.
However, so
yeah,
I'm doing this because I believe it's what would happen.
Totally.
I with my dex, that is an 8. I know it is not enough. I am spending my determination in my berserker rage.
Okay.
To up that by 3, still not enough.
Nope.
Okay, I respect.
But as a berserker, I would do that.
That's 8 points of radiant damage then.
Okay.
Cool, I'm down.
And all right, so casting a say. You know what, Kelara, how do you want to do this?
I think Kelara just kind of looks up from where she stabilized Godfrey and just goes and just stomps upright and just flings her hand out at you and just like, fuck's sake. And then she's gonna stomp over and spare the dying you after that.
Yeah,
Okay. And with that,
Kelara's
These are
like,
all
fuck
cantrips.
you with having to have to kill both, not kill, but like down 2 party members.
In a row in the same day.
I know.
Kelara has feelings about this.
She just watched this other dude who's kind of nice die, who she just saved.
Aurontiros is going to feebly try to use mending on the beheaded knight.
some of his armor is going to suture back together.
Nice.
How about the neck?
It's gonna be a no from me, dog.
Wow.
Rizira's gonna carefully try and push Hazeal off the sarcophagus, not really minding if her head bonks a little on the ground as she, gets off there.
As you roll her off, she is limp as a rag doll, but she does not let go of the axe. She holds it with a death grip.
That doesn't. Usually, when you pass out, you usually drop your weapons, right? Like you lose your control of your hands, right?
Yes, and both of your shoes come flying off.
Interesting. Don't know if I quite believe that
seen
one.
before Aurontiros, but
Oh, that's only
but-
when you die. Right.
Hazeal has a real grip, and she's gonna after Hazel's on the ground, Riz is gonna grab the axe and try to lift it and be like, it's got a real grip on her or something. This is weird. Puts her hand down.
seems ominous. All right, well, drag them over here, I guess.
Okay, start dragging Hazeal over.
Was she possessed? Much
She
like
was
we were before?
foaming at the mouth after the thing hit her. Just weird eyes, and then she just came at me.
All right. So Kelara is going to get Godfrey and Hazeal near each other, get you two to come over, and take 10 minutes to cast Prayer of Healing.
Okay. All right, so go ahead and roll that up. Anybody who wants to spend any hit dice for short rest as well can do so if they're conscious.
Oh, you've got to be fucking shitting me.
What?
Double ones.
Oh,
Don't you roll? Do you still heal extra, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's just the minimum.
The dice are Hazeal shouldn't have many hit points.
yeah, they're no,
And it
Hazeal.
has my spellcasting ability mod, but that really sucks on 2d8 to roll double ones.
Yeah.
It's like my heat metal. Rolled 3d8 and it was 4.
So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 points.
All right.
11 points.
So that goes to everybody.
Yeah.
All right, both of you are going to have your eyes flicker open and remember the end of the fight. While Kelara was casting that, Rizira, or Aurontiros, do you inspect the tomb? Or do you wait for your friends? Okay. So
I feel
Rizira...
bad because I've been at full health the whole time. So yeah, I'm going to do some inspecting,
Okay.
try to seem useful.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Inside of the tomb, as Kelara finishes casting up her spell, you will look in there and see the distinctive head of a rusty spear. All that remains. It's blackened, like it was cast into a great fire.
Huh. Riz will pick it up and like show it to Aurontiros and be like, so guess we gotta make the rest of it?
I believe that this was the dragon lance that was engulfed, but is it just that to resist the urge to make a pun after this, Rizira, is it just the tip that makes the dragon lance important?
I mean, I feel like the whole shaft really does a lot of the work, but I'm pretty sure the tip is kind of the most important, especially for penetration.
And that is what Godfrey and Hazeal are going to wake up to, right there.
Yes!
What?
What happened?
Oh,
Is
good morning.
everyone okay?
We got a tip.
Tip what?
Hey, Hazeal, Riz is gonna like come back she's gonna like toss the lance tip to Aurontiros and then just kind of stand over Hazeal and be like, Hazeal, why did you bloom and attack me, you crazy girl?
Now, Kelly, do I feel like in a berserker rage I may not remember specifics necessarily. Like it's
I'll
kind
let
of
you
a
make
blur.
me a wisdom save, or make me a wisdom check to try to remember.
Cool, that's a 7.
You just remember everything. You got stabbed and hurt really badly, and then everything got hazy, and the next thing you know, you were waking up here on the stones.
Yeah, hazy and red, and it just I got hit really hard, and then it was hazy, and now I'm here. I did what now?
You did a good amount of damage on the night, but then when he was dead, because I killed him. By the way, you two both missed me, like rapier right through the top of him, like just straight down into his heart. After that, then you attacked me, Hazeal. I was not a bad guy. We are on the same team. We're quite good friends. You were foaming and frothing. You look like a rabid dog.
Did something bite you in the previous chambers?
Not that I'm aware of. I just like the axe braced on my shoulder.
Can I roll survival or something or insight or something for Aurontiros to see if she had a disease or rabies or?
You can make a medicine check.
Rolling at one, definitely rabies.
Definitely rabies.
That's a nat 1.
You pretty sure there was probably a rat or a bat
Use my
somewhere
powers for good.
that Hazeal has rabies. You're pretty sure. Dwarf rabies. It's smaller, but like worse.
But meaner?
Yeah, but smaller, and it's got a beard.
Oh my.
Rizira, step back. She has dwarf rabies.
That's not a thing.
Dwarf rabies is a thing. I've seen
Not a
it.
thing.
She's going to start growing a beard and becoming more and more uncontrollable. There's no coming back from this. I'm
guess we
sorry,
just
Hazeal.
have
I'll
to
look
kill
after
her?
your axe for you. Hazeal. Drop. No. The rabies will take you. And we have to be safe. You're so strong. Like, yeah.
Okay, enough of your
No.
gut. Okay,
Ow.
we'll figure
Ow.
out what's going on with Hazeal later. Maybe we can take it to like. We need all our rest. I'm feeling still quite not great from the first Skelly Boys. They sucked the life out of me, and I'm not feeling great. Do we want to get out of here? As much as like this darkened, very poorly lit tomb is. I've switched accents. I'm sorry.
So what happened? What happened after I went down?
I'm sorry. I tried to save him, but your fellow knight and Aurontiros is going to turn and just gesture to the head at least laid where it would be if it wasn't rolling across the room.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
so Sarlamir also said to take his lance and his armor. We should also take his armor and redeem him. And he's going north.
We should take his armor.
Right. He said something. He was going to serve Lord Soth
At the City of Lost Names. Soth beckons to him.
in the north.
Mm-hmm. So we need to just take his armor. Maybe we can get it shined up and fixed.
Yeah.
Well, so the Dragonlance is this like metallic like tip of a lance.
Yeah.
Yep. It is the very, very tip of the lance.
And then Hazeal attacked everyone?
What does that look
Yes.
like,
I
DM?
don't remember
It
that.
looks like,
I
basically looks like a
guess.
spear tip.
Yeah, affixed to. Does it look gold or just like normal steel or?
Looks like tarnished black steel.
Question. Having been
Yes.
around mercenaries a lot, would Kelara know about a berserker state?
This is going to be a rough one for you. I'll let you make me a history roll with disadvantage.
Okay.
I feel like my dice have given.
15.
This one's given me a lot of ones.
You've heard stories. Mercenaries have talked about some of the distant peoples of Kryn that are able to enter that type of state.
Okay.
So basically, you'll have heard of like berserker rages.
Aurontiros, it's not dwarf rabies because no such thing exists. But Cudgel have spoken about far off peoples who could do a berserker rage, and it sounds a lot like what happened. So maybe that axe is cursed.
I'm sure the axe is fine.
I
But
feel like that's something that somebody who's cursed would say.
Wait,
I think
cursed.
I mean, I don't feel cursed. Maybe this is just a new way of the
Hazeal.
magic coursing through me.
Hazel, can you
Yeah.
put the
Why don't we check with that weird
down?
Magic user then.
Can you put the
let's
axe
go to
down
your-
for a moment?
Sure. I put the axe down immediately between my feet.
How about not touching it for just a moment?
I move my feet so I'm not touching it.
It starts to tip over, and then you have to touch it. So,
Or
No, I don't have to keep touching it. It just is within reach.
no, I mean it's going to tip over and fall
Yeah.
on the ground otherwise, and you're not going to.
Oh, I meant I put it flat on the ground between my feet.
Oh, okay, okay,
like-
yeah,
So it's already on the ground.
perfect.
can I have the axe,
No,
Hazel?
Check with that spellcaster you guys were talking about. The other mage that you had to bring a letter to.
Oh, yeah?
Excellent. So we'll do that then.
I'm sorry to.
Hmm?
I'm sorry to say. I know this is important, but there's going to be people getting into the council room soon.
Oh, I was just going to suggest that as well, Godfrey, that we are going to have to go explain why all of the council is dead.
And we should take,
Oh.
if we're taking what's left of the lance and the knight's armor, as well as our fallen companion here. We're gonna have a long day, and then
Okay.
looking into whatever's happening to poor Hazeal.
Nothing's happening to me, but I do not want to have that conversation about the
There-
council.
There's
Things are
no
happening.
harm in
It's-
getting looked at, right?
Then let
yeah,
us
there's-
be off.
No, there's no
Fine.
harm in getting looked at because nothing's happening.
Exactly. So we'll just
course.
confirm it. We're concerned. We're your
Dwarf
friends,
rabies.
and you attacked me.
Dwarf rabies.
It's not dwarf rabies.
I mean,
it's
he
not
hit me
dwarf
like 3
Look over at
times.
Kelara. Are you sure dwarf
close.
rabies isn't a thing? Aurontiros is pretty sad.
Yeah,
The axe.
it's not a thing.
Okay.
She can't let go of the axe.
All right, let's gather things
She
up.
won't let it away from her. She won't pass it off for any moment. Obviously, it's the bloody axe.
Maybe because it was in somebody's grasp, it's cursed. Stealing from
Or something, but I don't. She won't let it go, and that's not normal. Not even for a moment.
Whisper, 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 whisper in the corner.
My passive perception is an 11. I'm hearing nothing.
Yep. Aurontiros is definitely hearing every bit of it.
Riz is going to start looking through the trying to de-armor the
Okay.
skeleton guy, and then also to see what else is in his tomb.
Not much. It's mostly just that. The old rotten haft of a broken spear that no longer holds inside of the lance. The rest of the room, doing a quick search as well, you'll be able to see that the room is empty except for bones and rusty armor and the other tombs inside of the room. The only other thing that you can see is the bit of light that is coming through the southern hole that is bored through the side of the catacomb. A bit of wind is whistling through it.
I'll
and
take
you
a
can
look out.
see- Okay. Looking out, you can see that this crude passage is about 80 feet up a sheer cliff beneath the walls of Castle Kalaman. Below, you can see the paved streets and rooftops of buildings.
How far was it?
80 feet. It's an 80-foot drop. Because remember, Castle Kalaman is on this big hill, or this big mountain peak in the center of town.
Oh, and this went under. Right.
There's no sign of anyone here.
But the boot prints lead
You
out
assume
here?
so. Yeah, looks like there is. However, with your passive perception, what you will see in the distance, from looking out the southern entrance through the Warrior's Gate to the west, or pardon me, the Warrior's Gate to the east of town, to your left, you'll see a very welcome sight. Darrett and the soldiers riding back to town. Which I think is probably where we're going to end game tonight.
That's a good spot
Everybody,
for it.
welcome to level 6.
Yay!
Oh,
Level
So,
6 cursed axe.
question.
Level 6 cursed axe.
Yeah.
Kelly, I think I'm the only one that got hit with the necrotic,
Mhm.
dealing down my max HP. So I'm still gonna add my.
Before
I add
next
my
game, you will
level-
be able to long rest, so you can just do your normal hit points again.
Cool.
I get 2 channel divinities now.
Yay!
oh, level
Nice.
6 is the flipping point.
I
yeah,
get
where
a feat
2. But that's
Level
about
6
ability
it.
you get
score
some fancy
improvement.
stuff.
I don't think you get
As
any.
fighter.
Oh, at 18th
Like
level,
this
you get
low.
3.
All right, everybody,
eight-
roll your hit points.
Not
And-
I rolled a
really
2,
low.
but 1s and 2s are practice, right?
1 and 2. Yeah, you got to test the dice. You got to test the dice.
I
Yeah,
rolled
so
an
then I got a
8.
6,
Okay, that guy is lost forever.
which is
Okay.
then
And
that.
I get blessed
But then-
healer.
That was a
This
2.
is a
So
2.
I cast
So
on
I'm
others
re-rolling?
heal me as well. So I
Okay,
cure
so
wounds
that
you,
is a
I cure
7.
wounds me.
So, one thing, Hazeal. At this level, if Aurontiros sticks with Bard, he will gain Counter Charm, which can be used to Sun's getting real low. Give you advantage on the mind control from the axe.
I was just going
Except
to.
I don't get a second save, so it's only if he has it immediately.
Oh yeah, I know. It's only on the first save, but
Yeah.
or if I have a something good
Save.
happens to spend.
Save of the day or save when you trigger that effect or
When you trigger the effect. So now that it's happened, and I'm not spoiling anything,
Mhm.
whenever a hostile creature damages you while the axe is in your possession, you must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or go berserk. I have a +1 to Wisdom.
Ah.
So when I
Counter charm.
rolled a 6, add 1, that's a 7. I was like, oh, I have a D8 from Bardic. I rolled a 3,
Oh,
which
Robin.
would give me 11.
Yes.
If I added my proficiency bonus again, like with determination, which I didn't because it wasn't worth it, I get a 14.
Welcome
So
to
that's how that
expertise.
math worked.
Oh, I get
Nice.
expertise.
And Godfrey.
but
Godfrey gets the ability
I-
score improvement.
I don't get any saves past that first one. The only way it stops is if you drop me, or there are no targets within 60 feet of me that I could see or hear.
Yep. So blindness, deafness.
also once it starts.
Once it starts, I'm screwed.
But
So count
she does get a bunch of extra hit points out of it, which is kind of nice.
I get 6 now.
For a sorcerer, that's a lot. That's a level of hit points. Almost.
Right?
It's true. It is. Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
But
I might take
that's
part.
the only reason you didn't drop me was those extra hit points.
Oh, that's so good. I caused so much
I'm going
trouble
for
with that.
strength 20.
Strength 20?
Yeah.
counter charm. It just gives everyone advantage.
Yep. If you spend an action playing music to try to basically tune them out. Anything else good happening to Hazeal? Hazeal gets an extra spell slot. Ooh, and your new Sorceress Origin feature.
Yeah, which is something I think we needed to kind of, well, it kind of links in with other stuff that we're going to talk about in the how to run.
Yeah, because
need
the
adjustments.
lunar sorcerer is not. It's got some kind of glitches in the way they've written it.
and there are some differences between the Unearthed Arcana that they changed with the published one that don't make sense for how they changed it. So
Yeah, it's a little iffy. So we will be adjusting that a bit. So we'll talk about that on our how-to episode next episode. Quick reminder, folks, if you want to get any advice for running this game yourself, if you have any questions about why we ran something, how we ran something, or how you should run something, be sure to leave comments in the YouTube comments, in any of our social media, our Discord, anything like that. And that is next episode. We'll be getting back to the main campaign in 2 weeks. But next episode is going to be that. I'm excited for it, though. I love those episodes. The first one was a lot of fun. And we will figure out what the deal with your waxing and waning and with your lunar boons are as well.
Oh, I can't wait till next level when I get evasion, which is when you succeed on a dex save and you take only half damage, you'll take no damage.
Mm-hmm.
That's something even I remember from when I've played past editions. That's cool that
I mean, if it works, right? Aurontiros, you are going to gain another Bard College feature. Because your College of Lore,
College
right?
of Lore, I just posted it in the
Yeah,
chat,
2 spells
sixth
from any
level.
class.
So I get counter charm and more spell
And 2
slots,
spells.
which is also nice.
Yeah, so you are able to cast at what? 3rd level now? You could take Fireball if you wanted to.
3rd. Oh, right, because it's from any.
And you could take Fireball, you could take
You could take spiritual weapon. You could take a cantrip like Eldritch Blast. You could
yeah,
Yeah.
the only
Take
thing for
anything you want.
flavor is just no direct healing.
anything you want.
It's time to study.
Take lightning,
ways
be
of
a
mission
lightning
now.
bender.
Yeah, he's kind of got like a Sonic lightning.
Do
Theme
do
going.
do 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 do. Yeah. All right, so
What
folks,
I might suggest is a sweet ass cantrip is sapping sting, because if they fail the thing, they are knocked prone.
oh, that's pretty gross with people like Godfrey and Riz.
Yeah. So I would suggest looking at that as potential. If you're looking for another cantrip to add, I would suggest looking at sapping sting because it's gross.
Hmm.
Hmm. All right, so folks, that is going to be it for us tonight. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Dragonlance Shadow of the Dragon Queen. Hope you enjoyed it. A big thank you as well to our sponsor, Bookwyrm Games, who helps enable us to do these amazingly fun sessions that we do here. It allows us to basically play games for a living. It is fantastic, and I can't thank you enough, Bookwyrm. Can't wait to do more. So if you want to help yourself by getting you some fantastic dice, go to bookwyrmgames.com, use code DorkTales2023 to save 10% off your order, and if your order is 100 Canadian or more, which is like 70 US, it's free. Like, the shipping's free, not the order. The shipping's free. Let me just make that very clear. And then finally, a big thank you to our patrons at patreon.com/dorktales, starting with our world-building producer, Soul Omen. Thank you so much, Soul. I can't wait to introduce your very complex plot for next week's Shards of Nirn, which is going to be a lot of fun. I have machinations even outside of your machinations that I'm going to bring. It's going to be fantastic. A big thank you to my divine producer, Jan, my mom. Really appreciate having you, and my stepdad here. To Precarious, my demonic producer. You are amazing, Funkle Marty. To Tammy, the Forever Cleric. You are a wizard, Tammy. Thank you for all of your support. And finally, to the High Council of the Patreon, I have to thank Taryn, the Traveler, Buddy, Trezelta, Amberthist, Cubby Gummy, Raven with Baubles, Karasha Urquhart, Drew Thompson, Sergio, Chef Eladeth, Larouk, Sorcerer Sanguine, and Mike Baxter. You're all amazing. Thank you so much. And players, I hope you had fun too.
It was a ton of fun. That was a really fun dungeon crawl. I know dungeon crawls can be hard, but that was actually like a ton of fun.
Yeah,
It was a
Dungeon
fun
crawl.
I think it helped
crawl.
that like the first battle was one game and then you saved all of this for another.
Mhm.
It's
Right?
good to throw the real challenges after the party's like all tired and out of spell slots and stuff, because then they start acting like mortals again.
Yeah, we have
instead
to
of
act creative.
I
I
love
still
it.
had two spell slots left and
Nice.
2 free casts.
Ooh, fancy.
But I was completely out of second level spells. I had
That's-
1 third level save for a counter spell if I needed it.
It's always
Healing
great when
Prayer
you...
was my last one, which is why it was so pissed off that it was double ones.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm.
'Cause I didn't have anything else I
enough.
could do that would give you guys hit points. I was like,
I could do a counter spell or a couple of others, but counter spell was what I was saving for. I could do a shield for free. I could do a first level spell, and I could do Featherfall. That was it.
Nice. I love it when things go down to the wire like that. But that's going to be it for us tonight, folks. Thank you so much for playing. Have a fantastic night. We love you. See you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.